It's exciting Indiana High School basketball on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. Tonight's ball game is driven by Greg Hubler Ford and built by Universal Roofing and brought to you by Peterman Brothers Heating and Air Conditioning, by Werner Financial, Genesis Sports Performance, and by the Mower Shop. Indiana High School basketball on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779.
All stocked up for another year?
Ho, ho, yes. I'm also hoping for some advice.
Anything for you, Santa.
Any ideas for those who made it on my new extra nice list this year?
How about up to $5,000 Christmas cash with a qualifying heating and cooling system?
Or 0% interest for 36 months?
Both amazing values. Visit PetermanHVAC.com to claim your Christmas cash.
Hi, I'm Jason Warner.
And I'm Christy Calderon.
At Werner Financial, our vision is to redefine what it means to partner with a financial institution.
We bring together expertise and dedication with a relentless focus on your financial success.
Our drive is to create a strategy that aligns your unique goals by crafting tailored financial solutions to guide you through life's milestones.
Together, we'll navigate the complexities and turn financial challenges into opportunities.
Reach out today for a no-cost consultation and experience the difference of partnering with Werner Financial.
Every day is a great day to buy a vehicle at Greg Hubler Ford.
Because every vehicle comes with our Greg Hubler promise. On top of scheduled maintenance with your vehicle, you'll also enjoy complimentary roadside assistance, service pickup, and drop-off. And a free car wash and quick wash every time you service at Greg Hubler Ford.
We're always finding new ways to put our guests first.
Mosey on into Muncie.
Greg Hubler Ford, promise kept.
Welcome live inside the jungle at Alexandria High School and IndianaHighSchoolSports.com for a full day of girls high school basketball and Alexandria Christmas tournament. Christmas time tournament, I should say. Hope you guys had a happy holiday. My name is Colin Eccles. Joining me today is Daniel Miller. Making our way to Alexandria High School this morning, Daniel. It's an early one. We got a good matchup on the way. The number 7 ranked in Class 2A Alexandria Tigers getting ready to play host to the Tri-Central Trojans in the first semifinal matchup of this 4-team tournament.
They are, and earlier when we entered this gym, it was the quietest I've ever seen this famed jungle, but getting started for the tournament now, people are starting to file in. We got the JV game and the other gym just getting finished. We assume that those Alexandria fans will start filing in here as soon as that one's over, and we'll get rocking for a full-day tournament action.
It's a good matchup on the way. Alexandria comes into the day 11-3. Their last game played on the 22nd, so they've had 6 days off with no games. Tri-Central comes into the day 6-6 on the year. Their last game was the 20th, so an 8-day break for them. And Tri-Central, we'll start with them. They've kind of been all over the place this year. 2-5 at home, 4-1 on the road, which is something you don't typically see. You're used to seeing a lot of teams with that big home court advantage swing with a much better record at home versus on the road. But for Tri-Central, it's the opposite.
Indeed, and those 4-1, that 4-1 away record should prove potentially useful today as they play Alexandria at Alexandria and then neutral site games, their first neutral site game of the year. After this, whoever they play, whether it be Sheridan or Beech Grove. And along with your comment about them being all over the place this year, they've lost by as many as 48, but they've also won by as many as 37. So they could be just about anywhere on the map, and this one should be no different. This could go any which way.
It is going to be a very tough, contested matchup. And I love these kind of tournament settings around the holidays, around New Year's, because I think it kind of eliminates anybody that has a rank or a number next to their team and really kind of levels the playing field. Good energy in the gym. You can see it right now. A lot of people down on the floor bouncing around. Good energy. Everybody's hyped up, amped up, ready to go this afternoon, or this morning, I should say. And I think that kind of eliminates the big difference in terms of, hey, the number 7 team in 2A versus a team that is just barely at 500 for Tri-Central.
It does, and this game, as you mentioned it, the energy is about as good as it can get for being this early in the morning. I mean, around Christmas time, you got a 10 a.m. start, so naturally you won't have as many people as you would for, say, a 7 o'clock Friday tip-off, but, I mean, there's still some good energy around here, and look forward to getting going, and then later on we got the championship constellation game close around 4 and 6 o'clock. Maybe we'll get more fans around then as well. It'll only get better from here.
It's a full day of basketball. We're going to get things started here just shortly. As always, this broadcast is driven by Greg Hubler Ford. We'll be back in a few moments with the starting lineups powered by Warner Financial. In the meantime, make sure you follow us on X, INDHS Sports, highlight clips and post-game interviews from Indianapolis and Muncie. Also head to our website, IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. You can scan the QR code on the right side of your screen. Sign up for live text updates so you don't miss a beat when your favorite teams score from around the state of Indiana if you can't be at the game. Quick break, and then we're back for more right after this on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Looking for training that makes a difference? Then Genesis Sports Performance is for you. Whether you're a grade school, high school, or college athlete, or just looking to get back into shape, Genesis has customized programs providing rapid gains in strength and conditioning, speed and agility. Genesis features a 7,000 square foot facility with state-of-the-art weight room and huge turf surface. Call Genesis at 386-7459 or visit them at genesissportsperformance.com. The Mower Shop in Fishers helps you stay safe in the snow. Come check out our full selection of Honda and Toro snowblowers. Save time and never worry about being snowed in. We carry snow thrower parts and accessories with super fast shipping. Just need maintenance or repairs? We offer that too, and we'll even deliver to you. Visit us at The Mower Shop. Family owned for more than 20 years. We're just west of State Road 37 in Fishers, or shop online at themowershop.com.
We're back live inside the jungle at Alexandria High School for this matchup of the Alexandria Tigers and the Tri-Central Trojans. It's time that we get into the starting lineups powered by Warner Financial. Colin Eccles and Daniel Miller on the call for IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. Daniel, why don't you go ahead and take it away with Tri-Central?
So for Tri-Central, our starters are number 11, Layla Keith. She averages 9.2 points per game. We got number 20, Autumn Hart, averaging 10.6 and 6.0 rebounds per game. Also, the second leading assist on the team with 2.4. We got Olivia Dempsey, number 23, Angela Dempsey, 24, and number 44, Natalie Newcomb.
And for Alexandria, as they win the tip-off and scoring too quickly, is Jacqueline Hosier. That'll take it to a 2-0 lead for Alexandria. Jacqueline Hosier is joined by Peyton Pulley, Lily Harp, Kylan McFall, and Riley Kellums down on the floor. On the right side block with possession for the Trojans is Olivia Dempsey. Out to the right side wing to Hurt. And taking it the other way now is Pulley to the right side, and scoring too is Lily Harp. Makes it 4-0 in favor of the Tigers. 7 minutes, 22 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Lily Harp, the second leading scorer for the Tigers, only behind Jacqueline Hosier, coach's daughter.
Tough defense being put on by the Tigers early in the contest. From the top of the key, it's Olivia Dempsey. She will go skip pass to the right block, missing the opportunity is Natalie Newcomb, and it's going to be taken the other way by Hosier. To the right side wing to McFall. Back to the top to Hosier. Hosier off the drive. Left corner, Harp. And Harp will move her way back up top. Under 7 minutes to go in the first. Harp splits the defense and is going to be fouled on the floor. So no shots at the stripe for her. The foul goes against Layla Keith, her first. First on the Trojans in the quarter.
A quick start for Alexandria here. We got both of their leading scorers already on the board with 2 points.
Off the inbound from the right elbow and missing the opportunity is Riley Kellums. Loose ball is corralled by Harp. Back to the top of the key to the right side wing now to Pulley and back up top to Hosier. Hosier backing her way towards the logo over to the right side wing to McFall. Back up top to Hosier. And Hosier, a nice look down to the right block to Kellums, who can't score it, but she's going to be fouled and will head to the line for 2 more. So 4-0 the current score. Alexandria does lead. 6:24 left in the first quarter. And that is the first foul against Natalie Newcomb. The second against the Trojans. 2
early fouls already for the Trojans could come into play later in this game, and also in the free throw column, as we do have the 5 fouls and a quarter rule now.
First shot at the stripe is good for Kellums. 1 more on the way. And she makes this a 2 for 2 trips. 6-0 is the lead for the Tigers. Bringing it up the floor for the Trojans is Olivia Dempsey. They'll get it across half court in the hands of Newcomb. Top of the key, she hands it off to Angela Dempsey. Over the right side wing, Olivia Dempsey. Moving back up top, the Dempsey sisters playing catch at the top of the key. Right side wing, Olivia Dempsey driving, puts up the floater with the left hand. It's no good. Ball bouncing all over the place, and Pulley will reel it in for Alexandria. Starting off on the right side wing with McFall. Her shot no good from beyond the arc. Pushing it up the other way, Olivia Dempsey. The left side wing to Angela Dempsey. And it is stripped away by McFall. Foul called on the floor against the Trojans. This one goes against Olivia Dempsey. Her first and the third on the team for Tri-Central. Substitution on the floor. Abby Gaines comes in to take Riley Kellums' spot for the Tigers.
And you may notice Kellums wearing her number 4 today, not her usual number 34. 4 players on this Alexandria team wearing different numbers today after 4 of their jerseys got taken by, I assume, the JV team for tonight's game.
Yeah, a little bit of a mix-up. It was kind of interesting going through the starting lineups for us. We get the starting lineups, and it's got all the right names, but half of the wrong numbers on the roster. So we got to sort that out before the game. But, yeah, kind of an interesting set right before tournament time. The right side wing and scoring the first 2 for Tri-Central. Dropping that in the bucket is number 20, Autumn Hurt. 6-2 the score. Long 3 on the way on the other end for Jacqueline Hosier straight away. It's no good. Offensive board pulled down by Harp. Back to the right side wing to Hosier. Off the drive. Left wing. Harp. 3 on the way. Too strong. Ball out of play. Last touched by the Tigers. That was number 23, Abby Gaines, who had a hand on it. So almost halfway through the first quarter, it's 6-2. Alexandria leads. Bringing it up the floor is Olivia Dempsey for the Trojans. Over to the right elbow to Hurt. Hurt from the right side scores 2 more. Lead cut down to just 2 points for Alexandria. Right side wing popping a 3 is McFall. And she answers right back, 9-4. Alexandria back in front by 2 possessions. 4.5 minutes left on the first quarter clock.
And right when you thought Tri-Central might be getting a run back at them, a 3 goes down for Kylan McFall and puts all that momentum back in the dust.
Layla Keith turns it over for Tri-Central. Big substitution class for Alexandria. Trinity Ford into the contest along with Olivia Jones and Morgan Baker. Hosier will bring it across half court and go to the left side to Jones. Over to the right side wing to Ford. Ford with a nice look down low to Jones, and missing the shot is Abby Gaines from the right side. Bring it up the floor for Tri-Central. Starting at the top of the key is Olivia Dempsey. Over to the right side wing, Angela Dempsey. Pass way across the floor, intended again for Olivia Dempsey, and the ball is out of play. Last touch by the Trojans. I tell you what, Alexandria, a little slow on the start for the transition defense this morning. But once they get down the floor, that defense is very, very hard to keep up with.
It is. They've had Tri-Central's committed a few turnovers already today.
And there's a turnover as Ford's pass is taken away by Hurt. Hurt from the right side, can't score it, and Ford pulls down the board for Alexandria. Hosier from the top of the key. Goes to the left corner to Jones. Passes up the three, loses her handle, and it's going to be Layla Keith bringing it up the other way. From the left side, Keith fouled hard by Jacqueline Hosier. That's the first foul against the Tigers in the quarter. We're over halfway through, and it's just a 9-4 ball game. Alexandria in the lead, and Peyton Pulley at the scorer's table ready to check in for the Tigers.
The Tigers opting to go with not as much pressure as we've seen in the past from them on the inbound. Not going as much full court, not going as much for the turnover game, but they're still getting some just in the half court.
Olivia Jones takes a seat for Peyton Pulley, and Lillian Stewart is also into the game for Tri-Central. 2-for-2 trip makes it 9-6. Alexandria still in front by 3. Ford on the right side wing. Reverses the floor, left side wing now to Pulley. She'll go down to the left block to Gaines. Gaines trying to go to work in the post, has to kick it out to Ford on the right side wing. Back up top to Hosier. Hosier backed out at the logo. Left side wing Pulley. Right side wing Ford. Passes up the three, finds Gaines, right block. Gaines, beautiful look to the right block to Morgan Baker. She can't finish through traffic, but does a great job on the defensive end and calls a jump ball. And the officials already issuing some crowd warnings. More substitutions being made for Alexandria. Into the contest, Lily Harp back out on the floor along with Stella Griffin.
Some really good ball movement there for Alexandria on that last possession. Working through that 2-3 zone defense, getting a good look. Got a girl running the short corner, and that really opened up that look that just couldn't go down.
Good defense by Pulley to force the ball out of play. It'll stay Tri-Central possession and a lack of awareness on the floor. Angela Dempsey standing on that far out of bounds line when she got the ball off the inbound. Turns it right back over to Alexandria. It'll be Lily Harp and now Ford on the right side wing. Nice feed to Hosier. She goes up and under the basket. Can't score it with the left. Didn't have enough loft on that shot. Bringing it up the other way is Autumn Hurt. Hurt on the right side is stripped by Lily Harp. Ford and Hosier, the combo, bringing it across half court. To the top of the key to Harp. Shading over to her right side. 2-3 zone from the Trojans. Goes to the right side wing to Ford. Clear over to the left side wing to Pulley. Now down to the left block to Griffin. Back up top, Harp in possession. Hands it off to Hosier. Hosier with the drive, right side. She's called for the travel before she made contact. Tried to draw a little extra contact on the drive to hopefully get a foul on the floor. She won't get it. Loose ball is picked up by Hosier. Hosier to the left block to Harp. Harp fighting through traffic, can't score it. Offensive board by Griffin, and Griffin is fouled and will go to the line for 2. 1:40 left on the game clock. 9-6 is still the score. Alexandria in front by just 3 points. That's the second foul against Natalie Newcomb and the fourth against Tri-Central. First shot at the line, no good. A little short on the initial contact for Stella Griffin. And a sub being made. Kylan McFall in for Trinity Ford for Alexandria.
You mentioned Natalie Newcomb now with her second foul. That takes out the second leading rebounder for the Trojans team, we assume, for the rest of this first half.
And nearly another steal off the inbound for the Tigers. Hurt able to take possession. Takes it up the floor, tries to find Lillian Stewart cutting to the basket on the left side. Stewart can't handle the pass. With 1:33, possession arrow favors Alexandria. They lead by 2 possessions. It's a 10-6 contest.
Ball goes over to the concession stand. One of the few things we still got going on in this early morning as we got a full day of hoops for you.
Right side wing, it's McFall. Goes the left side wing, Pulley. She pops a three. It's no good. Board pulled down by Layla Keith. And Hurt will bring it up the floor for the Trojans. A little bit of backcourt defense being played by Pulley. Ball across for Tri-Central and out of bounds again as Layla Keith lost her possession. It might have been credited a little bit to Kylan McFall, who might have got a hand on the ball as it went off the foot of Keith. Nonetheless, Alexandria in possession with 1 minute to go in the first quarter. Still a 10-6 contest. From the left block, going to work is Harp. Skip past to Pulley. Left side wing, three on the way. It is just short. Loose ball is pulled down by Hurt for the Trojans. We got a foul on the floor going against Pulley. That'll only be the second against Alexandria in the quarter. 46.9 seconds on the clock. It's a two-possession contest. And Nora Young has just checked in for, Logan Creason has just checked in for Tri-Central.
Pulley with that foul there, just brought that arm down a little bit, didn't need it on defense. Would have been fine without it, just a little frustration off the rebound.
Another foul called against Stella Griffin. That is her first, third on the team for Alexandria. Angela Dempsey will take the ball out of play, finds Keith on the right side wing off the inbound. Nice steal, Jacqueline Hosier. One-on-one with Keith, headed the other way, and Hosier scores two. There's some big points, 12-6. The lead is now doubled for Alexandria. And another steal, this time for Pulley. Feeds to Hosier on the right block. Hosier tries the pump fake, will take a second attempt. Her shot no good. Hosier pulls down her own board and takes it out to the free throw line to reset to McFall. Right side wing for three. That shot well off the mark. 8.2 seconds left on the first quarter clock. 12-6 is the score. Alexandria in the lead.
A lot of contact there on that rebound. No foul called as Hosier got her own rebound.
And a timeout is called by head coach Matt Korn of Tri-Central with 8.2 seconds left on the clock. It's a 30-second. We'll keep it here. Very slow start, as might have been anticipated for both of these teams, being that it is a 10 a.m. tip-off. And 8.2 seconds left. It's only 12-6. Very slow start for Tri-Central. But I think relative to what we've seen for Alexandria, I would say that they are off to the slower start of the two teams. Went up by a significant margin, got up by 6. And then since then, had their lead cut down to 2, now back out to a double-down lead. But nonetheless, Alexandria not off to the typical start that we see them having.
No, they are not. And Tri-Central, you mentioned it, with a really slow start for them. Only 6 points here so far in this third quarter. They had a 37-minute drive to get here. Very early morning for them.
Taking it out is Angela Dempsey for the Trojans. She'll try to throw it in to Logan Creason. Creason not ready for the pass. The ball goes out of play. And it will now be Alexandria possession with 8.2 seconds. They'll take it out underneath their own basket. Hosier will be the one to take it out. Hosier off the inbound finds Harp, left corner. Back to Hosier, driving baseline left side, pops a mid-range two. It's no good, and that'll do it for the first quarter. 12-6 your score as we head into quarter number 2. Alexandria leads Tri-Central. 1 minute, we're back to start that second quarter on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com, driven by Greg Hubler Ford.
Every day is a great day to buy a vehicle at Greg Hubler Ford.
Because every vehicle comes with our Greg Hubler promise. On top of scheduled maintenance with your vehicle, you'll also enjoy complimentary roadside assistance, service pickup, and drop-off. And a free car wash and quick wash every time you service at Greg Hubler Ford.
We're always finding new ways to put our guests first.
Mosey on into Muncie.
Greg Hubler Ford, promise kept.
Hi, I'm Jason Warner of Warner Financial. When it comes to your 401k, you deserve a partner who values your retirement dreams as much as you do. We believe that your 401k is more than just an account. It's a strategy tailored to fit your unique circumstances. Our approach isn't just about numbers. It's about understanding you. Whether you're just starting your career or counting down the days until approaching retirement, we're here to ensure your 401k aligns perfectly with your future. Ready to make your 401k work for you? Contact us today for a personalized consultation.
At the start of the second quarter at Alexandria High School, it's a 12-6 lead for the Tigers over the Trojans of Tri-Central on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. This broadcast is always driven by Greg Hubler Ford. Colin Eccles, Daniel Miller on the call. Daniel, a slow start, like we said, for both these two teams, a 10 a.m. tip-off. It's a rough one for some high school athletes, especially on Christmas break, to come out at 10 a.m. and start a tournament. Nonetheless, Alexandria will start off with possession in the second quarter. Pulley on the left side wing, tries to drive in, nowhere to go, goes back to the top of the key to McFall. Right side wing, Hosier. She'll pass it off still on the right side wing with Harp, who moves back up top to reset. Over to the left side wing to Pulley. Right side wing again, McFall. Up top for Pulley. Big pass down low for Kellums. Kellums tries a deep two from the right side corner. It's no good, out of bounds. The ball is last touched by Tri-Central. 7:26 left in the first half, still a 12-6 lead for Alexandria.
You mentioned a slow start for these games, an early tip, but it counts all the same in the standings. The standings that have, despite Alexandria being 11-3 overall, just 1-2 in conference.
Parking lot three-pointer by Jacqueline Hosier is buried. 15-6. There's a little bit of spark to start the second quarter for the Tigers. And another turnover for Tri-Central. Autumn Hurt can't handle the inbound pass from Natalie Newcomb. That's two big turnovers in a row for Tri-Central as well.
It is, and Hosier's now got 7 points on the board. She's their leading scorer, averaging over 26 a game.
Hosier at the top of the key, driving left side. Kicks it out to Pulley on the left side wing. Two pump fakes now to the right side to McFall. McFall's three on the way. Too strong, it'll go off the glass. Offensive board pulled down by Harp. It's over to the right side wing to Hosier. Hosier through traffic is fouled, and I think she's headed the line for two. She is, and the foul goes against Layla Keith. That'll be her second. First in the second quarter for Tri-Central.
So now we have both the second leading scorer and the second leading rebounder for Tri-Central, both with two fouls here just early in the second quarter.
Hosier's first shot at the line, too strong. Hits that back iron and pops right back out. Second shot on the way for Hosier. It'll be a 1-for-2 trip. Make it 16-6, so a double-digit lead now for the Tigers. As Keith will take a seat and Angela Dempsey will come in to take her spot for the Trojans.
We saw Tri-Central start off slow, but in the game, and now Alexandria's taken over this game up 10 now.
And they've got a lot of momentum in their favor as they come up with another steal off the inbound, and then Pulley will hit the deck. She is fouled by Olivia Dempsey. That is her second foul, and the second foul of the second quarter for Tri-Central. Off the inbound, and easy teardrop floater goes through for Jacqueline Hosier to make it 18-6. She's in the double digits in scoring.
And she's outscored Tri-Central just by herself now.
Hurt tries a shot from the right side. Count the bucket, and one for Autumn Hurt. There's a little momentum being picked up by Tri-Central.
She's got 6 of their 8 now, and a chance to make it 7 of their 9 here at the line with a three-point play.
Foul against Riley Kellums, her first. First on Alexandria in the second. And the old-fashioned three-point play is picked up by Autumn Hurt. Stella Griffin will come in to take the place of Kellums for the Tigers. So the 5 on the floor for the Tigers is Hosier, Harp, McFall, Pulley, and Griffin. With possession on the right block is Harp. Goes out to Pulley on the left side wing, back up top to Hosier. Hosier trying to create some space, goes back to the left side wing to Harp. Now tries to find Griffin down on the left block. Pass a little out of Griffin's reach. It's a turnover. We're 2 minutes gone in the second quarter. 18-9 is the lead for the Tigers.
Mentioned it earlier with some of those jerseys changing, and Stella Griffin, another one of those, normally wearing number 32, now wearing number 30 today.
Another foul against Alexandria, this time against Peyton Pulley, her second on the team in the quarter, and it will send Angela Dempsey to the stripe for 2. First shot on the way for Dempsey is no good. She's joined on the floor by Olivia Dempsey, Autumn Hurt, Natalie Newcomb, and rounding out the 5 on the floor is Logan Creason. 0 for 2 trip at the line. Hosier takes it the other way, can't score it from the right side. Now bringing it up the floor is Autumn Hurt. And stripped from behind. Pulley comes up with the ball. The left side wing, Harp driving to the right block. Her shot blocked at the shot by Logan Creason. And bringing it up the other way, Olivia Dempsey. Dempsey trapped on the left side wing by Harp, and we have an offensive foul as Dempsey threw an elbow into the face of Peyton Pulley. We've got some subs. Looks like Jones and Ford will check into the game while she takes a break. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break of our own to hear from one of our sponsors. Back for more after this on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779. The Mower Shop in Fishers helps you stay safe in the snow. Come check out our full selection of Honda and Toro snowblowers. Save time and never worry about being snowed in. We carry snow thrower parts and accessories with super fast shipping. Just need maintenance or repairs? We offer that too, and we'll even deliver to you. Visit us at the Mower Shop. Family owned for more than 20 years. We're just west of State Road 37 in Fishers, or shop online at themowershop.com.
We're back live inside of Alexandria High School and IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. Peyton Pulley helped to the bench. Looks like there was a lot of contact with the nose. We won't speculate too much, but we obviously hope that it's nothing too serious and that she can come back later. 3 minutes expired. It's an 18-9 ball game. Alexandria in the lead. 5 minutes to go. Big steal from Griffin on the inbound. Hosier with the ball. Nice pass the left side block to Olivia Jones. Her shot swatted on the attempt. The ball will go out of play and stay with Alexandria. Harp will take the ball out for the Tigers. Looking over her options, has Griffin on the left elbow. Griffin on the drive is stripped by Angela Dempsey. Dempsey rushing up the floor, puts up a shot over the top of Hosier. No good off the window, and Trinity Ford will come down with a rebound.
You mentioned the injury to Peyton Pulley and how we hope that she comes back soon, and they'll need her later today as well for the second game if she can come back by then.
Yeah, the second game will be the winner of this game and the winner of Beech Grove and Sheridan, who will be playing very shortly after this first semifinal game wraps up. We got another sub for Alexandria. Abby Gaines into the contest for Stella Griffin. So it's Gaines, Jones, Harp, Hosier, and Ford on the floor for the Tigers. Nice defense by Hosier off the inbound. Tipping the pass, but Natalie Newcomb still able to come up with it, and a foul for Lillian Stewart on the shot. It's going to give her a chance at the line. Foul goes against Lily Harp. That is her first and the fourth on the team for the Tigers in this second quarter.
Tri-Central had a classic box set coming out of that inbound under the basket, but they didn't have much movement with it. But despite that, still getting a look from inside after the inbound and getting 2 shots out of it.
1 for 2 trip for Lillian Stewart makes it 18-10. Ford on the right side wing, drives inside, finds Jones left side. Jones tries the layup with the left hand, will miss the first, but her second chance opportunity falls. Lead is back to double digits for the Tigers, and we're almost halfway through the second quarter. Angela Dempsey brings it across half court for Tri-Central. Kicks out to Hurt on the right side. Hurt drives right side baseline, shot no good. Ford pulls down the rebound. Outlet pass ahead to Jones. Jones from the right side. Took one too many steps. And Jones is called for the travel. Possession arrow back to Tri-Central. Dempsey splits the defense, gets it across to Hurt. Hurt from the right block is fouled from behind. Looks like some hand-on-wrist contact for Lily Harp. That now puts Tri-Central in the bonus for the remainder of the quarter and the remainder of the half. 3:45 left on the second quarter clock. 2 shots to the line for Autumn Hurt.
And Autumn Hurt, one of the bright spots for Tri-Central thus far. She has 7 of their 10, and the only one to make a field goal so far. She's got 7 points.
Morgan Baker in for Lily Harp for the Tigers. 1-for-2 trip at the stripe. That time for Autumn Hurt makes it 20-11. Ford on the right side wing. Pops a 3 for Alexandria. In and out, no good. Keith pulls down a board for the Trojans. And bringing it up the floor is Hurt. She tries to throw it back across the floor to the far side to Keith. Keith not ready for the pass. It's out of play. And we'll be right back to Alexandria. 3.5 minutes left in the first half of play. It's 20-11. Tigers with a 9-point lead.
And it was a really slow start for Tri-Central in the second quarter, turning the ball over several times, but lately they've been able to get a few more shots up.
Another turnover results in a missed shot for Hurt. Angela Dempsey pulls down the offensive board and then is called for a travel as she goes to the floor. Trinity Ford will take a seat. In to take her spot is Kylan McFall for the Tigers. So it's Hosier, Baker, McFall, Jones, and Gaines on the floor. Hosier at the top of the key for the Tigers. To the right side wing to McFall. Back to the top of the key to Hosier. 5 minutes gone in the second quarter. Still 20-11. Jones tries to find Gaines on the left baseline. Kick ball out of bounds. The ball stays with Alexandria on their end of the floor. Hosier will take the ball out of play. Looks over the options, finds Jones in the backcourt. She'll hand the ball right back off to Hosier. Hosier, volleyball stripe 3 is a little wide to the left. We got another foul going against the Tigers. And again, it will send Autumn Hurt to the stripe to shoot 2 for Tri-Central. 22-11 the score. That is the first foul against Olivia Jones. Tri-Central already in the bonus for the remainder of the half, only trailing by 9. First shot for her to the line goes through.
And that's who you want at the line now. She's got 9 of Tri-Central's points, now 10.
10 of the 13 points belonging to Autumn Hurt. Riley Kellums checking back in for the Tigers. She'll take the place of Abby Gaines. Baker over to Jones on the left side wing. Back across the floor to McFall on the right side. Back up top to Baker. Over to McFall again, right side. Skip past the left side to Jones. Up top to Baker. Thinks about the 3. Passes it up. Back to the left side wing to Jones. No penetration down into the paint for the Tigers on this offensive possession so far. Hosier drives left side. Kicks out to Jones. Back over to Hosier. Left corner 3 on the way. A little long. Offensive board by Baker, and Baker will be fouled and go to the line for 2 for the Tigers. Lillian Stewart picks up the foul for the Trojans. Her first, 4th on the team for Tri-Central in the quarter.
This is the 12th and 13th free throw, potentially make of the game for these teams. A lot of free throws here in this game so far, and not many fallen for Alexandria.
Jones takes a seat. Trinity Ford into the contest to take her place. Second shot on the way for Baker. And she's got an 0-for-2 trip. Keeps the score at 20-13 with 2:07 left in the first half. Other end of the floor, Autumn Hurt, count the bucket and 1.
The second three-point opportunity for her today. Tri-Central looking to get going here. Can get the lead back to 4 points if she makes this one.
Kellums picks up her second foul of the morning. Shot is no good at the line, so it's back down to a 2-possession lead for the Tigers, 20-15 with under 2 minutes to go in the half. Baker on the right elbow, loses handle through some contact. Hurt calling for some help to try and get it across half court. She will make it out of the backcourt and is getting pestered now by Ford. To Keith on the right side wing, to the right block to Lillian Stewart, who scores 2. Lead is cut to 3 for Alexandria. Hosier, big three-pointer to respond. 23-17, and that is the second volleyball line 3 that Jacqueline Hosier's hit this morning.
What an answer from Jacqueline Hosier. She's got 13 on the day now. And just when Tri-Central was getting some momentum, Jacqueline Hosier with a big 3. Now she's got the ball. She brings it back to the court.
Another turnover for the Trojans. Left side wing Ford, back up top to Hosier. Pump fakes the 3, now drives the free throw line. Kick out left side wing Ford, 3 ball on the way. Is too long, and now a loose ball is going to be picked up again by Ford. Great transition defense by McFall to break up the pass. McFall on the right side wing. Passes up the 3, skip pass out to Hosier. Driving baseline right side, goes up and under, can't score it. Might have been a little contact on the shot, but we got a full 1-minute timeout taken by head coach Matt Korn of the Tri-Central Trojans. 40 seconds left on the second quarter game clock. It's a 23-17 lead for the Tigers over the Trojans. We'll take a quick break and be back for more after this on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779.
All stocked up for another year?
Ho, ho, yes. I'm also hoping for some advice.
Anything for you, Santa.
Any ideas for those who made it on my new extra nice list this year?
How about up to $5,000 Christmas cash with a qualifying heating and cooling system?
Or 0% interest for 36 months?
Both amazing values. Visit petermanhvac.com to claim your Christmas cash.
We'll get you right back into the action on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. It's a 23-17 lead for the Alexandria Tigers over the Tri-Central Trojans. There's another turnover for Tri-Central as Autumn Hurt is called for the travel. 27 seconds left on the clock. Colin Eccles, Daniel Miller up top bringing you the call this morning. Our first of 3 games on the docket, so we'll have obviously Alexandria and Tri-Central now, Beech Grove and Sheridan following this in the other semifinal, and then if Alexandria wins, it'll be a consolation matchup. We'll go to the championship, which tips off at 6. If Alexandria loses, we will head to the consolation game at 4. So, very full day of basketball. Another 30-second timeout taken this time by head coach Mickey Hosier of Alexandria. 11.3 seconds left on the second quarter clock. 6-point lead for the Tigers. And you can credit a lot of that to Jacqueline Hosier with 13, but on the other side of things, 17 points for Tri-Central, 12 of which come from Autumn Hurt. And like you said, one of the only scorers so far to hit a field goal. And the rest of her work has been done at the charity stripe so far this morning.
It has, and as you mentioned, Autumn Hurt, the only one with more than 1 field goal. The only field goal not going to Autumn Hurt goes to Lillian Stewart. But overall, just a really good game for Hurt. She had an opportunity to get 2 more there, but called for the travel just before the layup went in on that last possession for Tri-Central. And now Alexandria, we imagine, will go back to Jacqueline Hosier, try to get her another bucket in this last 11 seconds here.
11.3 on the game clock. Off the inbound in the backcourt, it's Hosier. Hosier starts the offensive move to the left side. 3 seconds on the clock. Has space and will not get the shot off. Palming the ball is Angela Dempsey at the buzzer and headed into halftime. It is a 23-17 lead for Alexandria. 10 minutes on the halftime clock. We'll take a 2-minute break and then be back to run you through the stat recap of that first half, get you set up for the second half after that. That's what's coming up next on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com, driven by Greg Hubler Ford.
Every day is a great day to buy a vehicle at Greg Hubler Ford.
Because every vehicle comes with our Greg Hubler promise. On top of scheduled maintenance with your vehicle, you'll also enjoy complimentary roadside assistance, service pickup, and drop-off. And a free car wash and quick wash every time you service at Greg Hubler Ford.
We're always finding new ways to put our guests first.
Mosey on into Muncie.
Greg Hubler Ford, promise kept.
Looking for training that makes a difference? Then Genesis Sports Performance is for you. Whether you're a grade school, high school, or college athlete, or just looking to get back into shape, Genesis has customized programs providing rapid gains in strength and conditioning, speed and agility. Genesis features a 7,000 square foot facility with state-of-the-art weight room and huge turf surface. Call Genesis at 386-7459 or visit them at genesissportsperformance.com.
Hello, I am Jason Warner, President and founder of Warner Financial. At Warner Financial, we understand that your financial journey is as unique as you are. That's why we offer a comprehensive suite of investment options, from custodial accounts for your children, individual retirement plans for business owners, to exploring the details of a 401k. Our team is dedicated to guiding you through every potential strategy. We want to be the partner who helps you navigate a world of possibilities. If you're ready to embark on your investment journey, contact us today, and let's get started.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779.
We're back live inside of Alexandria High School on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com, driven by Greg Hubler Ford. Colin Eccles and Daniel Miller on the call. We're inside the jungle at Alexandria High School, which is a lot quieter than it typically is, which is why you'll notice our voices are down a little bit. There's not a large crowd for this being a 10 a.m. tip-off, which is understandable. It's a Thursday over Christmas break, so you got people traveling out of town for the holidays, people at work. We're at work. But our work, I would say, is pretty fun. We get to watch some basketball and have a great time talking about it as well. It's a 23-17 lead for the Tigers of Alexandria over Tri-Central. And you and I were talking about it just a couple seconds ago. Tri-Central, even though they're down by 6 at the half, they're still in a really, really good position to come out in this third quarter. They've got a great opportunity as well. If they come out with a little bit of flash, a little bit of fire underneath them, they could catch this Alexandria team off guard just a little bit. The Tigers have been kind of flat in the first half.
They have been. And looking at the three common opponents between Tri-Central and Alexandria, we start with Taylor, who Alexandria beat 87-16, while Tri-Central only won that game 51-25. Then we go to Frankton, who Alexandria beat by 20. Meanwhile, Tri-Central lost to that game. And lastly, Alexandria beat Eastern Greentown 63-19, while Tri-Central only beat them 39-30. So using those common opponents as a baseline, I guess, for these two teams, Sheridan, getting ahead of myself talking about the second game, Tri-Central has to be happy with where they are right now, and they actually, despite a sloppy first quarter, tied Alexandria in that second quarter. Both teams had 11 points.
And you got to be happy as well with the performance of Autumn Hurt specifically, who of the 17 points for the Trojans holds 12. The other 5 come from Lillian Stewart with 3 and Layla Keith with 2. So a great performance in the first half so far from Autumn Hurt, who averages 10.6, so she's already surpassed that season average. But being up against the number 7 team in the state in Alexandria, who their 3 losses have come against some formidable opponents, back-to-back losses pretty recently in December against Blackford, which we covered that game earlier this year, and then against Eastbrook. Eastbrook, the number 4 team in 2A. Blackford at the time, I believe, was 6 or 7. Alexandria 1 spot below them. That was a tough game as well for the Tigers. Blackford rolled out a great squad for that one, put up a heck of a performance as well. So you got 2 losses to 2 ranked opponents. Unfortunately for Alexandria, that kind of knocks their conference ranking down in the Central Indiana Conference. They sit at 5th right now with the second best record in the conference. So those 2 losses come crucial. 2 ranked teams, 2 conference losses as well. Alexandria, though, a little bit underwhelming in that first half in terms of what we normally see. Big performance, as always, from Jacqueline Hosier. She's got 13 of the 23 points for the Tigers. But they seem really, really flat to start this. And I don't know if it's just Christmas break. You haven't played in 6 or 7 days, and it's 10 a.m., and you might have just rolled out of bed to get here in the morning, and it doesn't really feel like you should be playing basketball yet, right? I don't know if it's that factor or if simply Tri-Central is just really hanging in there and putting a little bit of a hurt defensively on the Tigers right now.
I would agree with that. It is an early start, but the thing that I think of when it comes to them being flat, especially in that second quarter, because that second quarter was tied 11-11, that 6-point lead came on in the first quarter, was the injury to Peyton Poley and how that can really impact a team's energy and a team's motivation. And the injury looked not the greatest. Obviously, not going to speculate on it, but she took a mean elbow to the face, and it was a sight to seeing her on the bench there after that injury happened, and that team kind of taking a step back after that injury.
Yeah, Peyton Poley plays a pretty big role for the Tigers. She only averages about 5.2 points per game, but she brings a ton of energy when she's on the floor. She's also a menace on the defensive side, really good playing you face-to-face in the backcourt, running a really good press defense as well. She is a big key for this Alexandria team, so we obviously, for Alexandria's sake, hope to see her return in the second half this morning, if not later on in the day in either the consolation or the championship matchup. But obviously, if she's not able to return, we wish her the best and hope that it's nothing too serious. That contact to the face, man. I mean, I remember during recess in elementary school, you get that basketball come down off the hoop, get you in the nose, your eyes swell up and water up a little bit. That's not an easy one to bounce back from. So obviously, we're wishing her the best for the remainder of the day. 2.5 minutes left at halftime. Like I said, it's a 23-17 lead for the Tigers over the Trojans. As we move into the second half, what are going to be some changes, especially from Alexandria, because I think that's who we need to see the biggest change from right now. What are the changes that you want to see from the Tigers to kind of propel them to the Tigers team that we're used to seeing?
One final thought on Peyton Poley before I get to that. She is the lone senior starter for these Alexandria Tigers, so that is a big impact on them. They start 4 juniors along with her, so losing that senior presence could also become an impact as we do not see her warming up with the rest of the team. But looking at moving forward to the second half, you've got to rely on Jacqueline Hosier once again. She's got 13 so far. She averages 26, so right on pace for that mark. And you also have to look at some of those younger players like Trinity Ford. She averages 5.9 a game. She's a sophomore coming off the bench. You assume that she'll play a much larger role in the second half if Peyton Poley indeed does not return.
A minute and a half on the clock, 23-17 the score. Alexandria leads Tri-Central. So get down to the wire and start this third quarter. That's what's coming up next after this. Stay tuned. We'll be back for that third quarter in just a couple moments on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com, driven by Greg Hubler Ford.
The Mower Shop in Fishers helps you stay safe in the snow. Come check out our full selection of Honda and Toro snowblowers. Save time and never worry about being snowed in. We carry snow thrower parts and accessories with super fast shipping. Just need maintenance or repairs? We offer that too, and we'll even deliver to you. Visit us at The Mower Shop. Family owned for more than 20 years. We're just west of State Road 37 in Fishers, or shop online at themowershop.com.
Hi, I'm Jason Warner.
And I'm Christy Calderon.
At Warner Financial, our vision is to redefine what it means to partner with a financial institution.
We bring together expertise and dedication with a relentless focus on your financial success.
Our drive is to create a strategy that aligns your unique goals by crafting tailored financial solutions to guide you through life's milestones.
Together, we'll navigate the complexities and turn financial challenges into opportunities.
Reach out today for a no-cost consultation and experience the difference of partnering with Warner Financial.
Back inside the jungle at Alexandria High School and IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. The start of the third quarter, 23-17. Alexandria leads Tri-Central. Colin Eccles and Daniel Miller on the call. This broadcast driven by Greg Hubler Ford. We'll get you straight into the action. Keith in the right corner for Tri-Central. Goes over the left block to Hurt, and Hurt will open this third quarter with 2 points. Lead cut down to 4 for Alexandria. Back quickly the other way. On the left side wing, it's Jones for the Tigers. Back up top to Hosier. Jones on the left side again. Tries to make a move to the paint. Nowhere to go. Back up top, Hosier. Once more. To the right side wing to McFall. Back up top to Harp. Harp drives with the right. Kicks out McFall. Right side wing for 3. No good off the side iron. Hurt comes up with the board. Jones comes up with a steal on the pass. Out to McFall again, right side wing. This time air balls the 3. Ball is out of play and right back to Tri-Central. We're already a minute into this third quarter, and it's a 23-19 lead for the Tigers.
Hurt the only bucket so far for either team in this third quarter. She has to pick up the even bigger role than she has been the first half, as 3 of Tri-Central's players with 2 fouls already.
Steal on the pass will set up Olivia Jones on the left side wing. She goes up top to Harp. Harp's three-pointer short again. Keith pulls down the board. Keith is joined by Autumn Hurt, Natalie Newcomb, and Olivia and Angela Dempsey. On the other end, Hosier able to break up a pass. Ball is corralled by Tri-Central. Jump ball is called. It'll be back in the possession arrow facing Alexandria. On the floor for the Tigers is Jacqueline Hosier, Lily Harp, Kylan McFall, Olivia Jones, and Riley Kellums. Kellums on the right baseline, going to work in the post, kicks it out to Hosier on the right side wing. Hosier drives back inside. Nice dish to Kellums on the right side block, who scores 2. 25-19. Back to a 6-point lead for the Tigers. And Keith easily able to get it across. No transition defense for the Tigers, and that sets up Hurt with an easy bucket from the right side. 25-21 the score now.
16 from Hurt. She's having a massive game for Tri-Central, really keeping them in it here.
And Hurt comes up with a rebound on the other end of the floor. Feed ahead to Angela Dempsey. Dempsey can't handle the pass, and the ball is out of play. It's going to be last touched by Lily Harp, who is standing on the baseline holding the ball.
Angela tried to get it to her sister, Olivia, on the block, but just in between them was Alexandria breaking up the pass.
The right corner, no 3-ball attempt. It's back to the top of the key to Olivia Dempsey. On the right side wing now with Newcomb. Hurt, left side wing, back up top to Keith, over to Olivia Dempsey on the right side. 5 minutes, 35 seconds left in the third quarter. 25-21 is the score. Alexandria in the lead by only 3. A left side layup goes through for Autumn Hurt. 25-23 the score. Autumn Hurt has 18.
The first time this lead has been cut to a single possession in the second half.
Hosier on the right elbow for the Tigers. Trying to go up with the left. Too far underneath the basket. A little bit of contact. No foul called. Hurt will bring it up the other way and get it across half court to Keith. Hurt shaded to the left side. Back up top to Olivia Dempsey. Back over to Hurt on the left side. Right side wing again, Dempsey splits the defense, loses control. Ball is on the floor. Jump ball called, and it stays with Tri-Central. Almost halfway through, just a 2-point lead for the Tigers. And Abby Gaines will check into the game to take the place of Riley Kellums for Alexandria.
And you see that 1-2-2 zone that Alexandria uses so commonly.
Keith, a 3-ball on the way. Straight ahead is no good. Olivia Dempsey pulls down an offensive board. Back to Keith at the top of the key. Dempsey, left corner, 3 on the way. No good, and Jacqueline Hosier comes up with a rebound. Hosier, 1-on-2 break, goes up with the right and scores it through contact. 27-23, and that's a big bucket for the Tigers. As Coach Hosier has to call a timeout, Ford will sub into the game. It is a full 1-minute timeout, so we'll take a quick timeout of our own. 27-23 the score. More coming up after this on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com, driven by Greg Hubler Ford.
Every day is a great day to buy a vehicle at Greg Hubler Ford.
Because every vehicle comes with our Greg Hubler promise. On top of scheduled maintenance with your vehicle, you'll also enjoy complimentary roadside assistance, service pickup, and drop-off. And a free car wash and quick wash every time you service at Greg Hubler Ford.
We're always finding new ways to put our guests first.
Mosey on into Muncie.
Greg Hubler Ford, promise kept.
Hi, I'm Jason Warner of Warner Financial. When it comes to your 401k, you deserve a partner who values your retirement dreams as much as you do. We believe that your 401k is more than just an account. It's a strategy tailored to fit your unique circumstances. Our approach isn't just about numbers. It's about understanding you. Whether you're just starting your career or counting down the days until approaching retirement, we're here to ensure your 401k aligns perfectly with your future. Ready to make your 401k work for you? Contact us today for a personalized consultation.
Back inside Alexandria High School and IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. Turnover straight off of the gate. For Tri-Central gives Alexandria possession back with 4:16 left in the third quarter. Colin Eccles, Daniel Miller on the call. This broadcast driven by Greg Hubler Ford. It's a 27-23 lead for the Tigers over the Trojans. Off the inbound, nearly a turnover. Gaines able to handle the pass. Finds McFall left side wing. She'll go back up top to Hosier. Hosier drives. Free throw line, stop and pop, goes through. 29-23, lead back to 6 for Alexandria, and that's 2 big buckets in the third quarter to respond. Ball out of play, last touch by Jacqueline Hosier. Tri-Central possession.
Hosier wasn't too happy with that call. She just said, no, it's not, after the ref pointed towards the Trojan ball.
Olivia Dempsey having some trouble against Trinity Ford in the backcourt. Great defense by Ford. Trojans able to get it across. In the corner, it's Keith. Keith off the drive. Finds Newcomb. Ball taken away by Hosier. Hosier loses her handle. And we've got a foul called on the floor. And this one's going to go against Abby Gaines for the Tigers. Her first in the first of the quarter for either side. We're over halfway through the third quarter. 29-23 is the score. Alexandria leads. Hurt takes the ball out, finds Keith left side wing, and the skip pass ends up with Hurt on the right block, and Hurt is going to be fouled on the shot and go to the line for 2.
Man, I'm not sure about that one. Alexandria looks set there. I thought that may have been a charge, but nonetheless, the ref calls it shooting foul, and Hurt will go to the line for 2 more.
And the foul goes against Kylan McFall, her first. Second on the team. First shot at the line is good for Hurt. Lead is still 5 for the Tigers, 29-24. Lillian Stewart checks in for Olivia Dempsey. Second shot on the way is also good at the line for Hurt, 29-25. Hosier, top of the key for the Tigers. Goes to the right side elbow to Harp. Harp driving to the right block, goes up off the window. Why tried to go through traffic. Shot is no good off the glass, and we got a loose ball headed the other way. It is going to go out of play and be last touched by the Tigers. Trojans maintain possession, 29-25 with 3:16 left in the third quarter. Taking the ball out is Angela Dempsey.
During that last break, we were talking about how it's really been the Hosier and Hurt show so far, and even since that last break, only 2 people have scored. Guess who? Hurt and Hosier.
Dempsey showing off the handles a little bit. Ball ends up with Hurt in the right corner, but great defense by Lily Harp. Got 2 flat hands on that one. I don't know if you could hear the pop on the stream, but from up here you could hear a pretty clear pop of the hand as she broke up that pass. Missed shot from Hosier on the other end. Newcomb gets it across half court for Tri-Central, hands the ball off to Dempsey, and it'll be over to the right side to Hurt. Hurt, her pass taken away by Hosier. Hosier moving up the floor all by herself. Count the bucket and 1 for Jacqueline Hosier. 31-25, the lead is back to 6. The foul goes against Autumn Hurt. Her first on the team in the third for Tri-Central. And Alexandria starting to pull away just a little bit. 30-second timeout taken by head coach Matt Korn. Like I said, the Tigers running away with this one a little bit as we get down to the last 2.5 minutes of the third quarter.
Yeah, and Hosier now with an opportunity to add to her total. She can make it 20 if she makes this free throw. That would tie Autumn Hurt for 20 points each on the game. Hurt goes to the bench now, and only 5 points now on the floor for Tri-Central as they go out of this timeout and back onto the floor.
With only 5 points on the floor for the Trojans and really all of your production, 20 of your 25 points sitting on the bench, Alexandria's got a great opportunity to try and run away with this, and you've got some pretty substantial scorers in this game and in the past on the floor right now. Ford, Hosier, Harp, Baker, and Gaines on the floor for the Tigers. Hosier's got one shot at the line to try and make it the old-fashioned three-pointer, and she will. That makes it 32-25. Angela Dempsey will take it out for the Trojans. She's joined by her sister Olivia Dempsey, Layla Keith, Natalie Newcomb, and Lillian Stewart. Newcomb on the right side wing. Goes back to the top to Olivia Dempsey. 2:20 left on the third quarter clock. Ford playing nice defense on top. Keith from the left side block loses her handle on the pass, and the ball is out of play and right back to Alexandria. This is where you start to put your foot down a little bit and extend the lead even more.
It is, and with Hosier already having 19 on the day, Riley Kellums also has 2 in the third quarter. You've got a lot of opportunities to extend this lead with Autumn Hurt on the bench.
Foul called on the floor against the Trojans as Lily Harp was trying to make her way to the basket on the right side. Foul goes against Layla Keith, her third, second on the Trojans in the quarter. Off the inbound, it's Hosier left block. Turnaround floater is no good. Harp pulls down the offensive board. We got another foul on the floor against Tri-Central. This time against Lillian Stewart. That is her second, third on the Trojans now in the quarter.
The fouls mounting for the Trojans. They've got Layla Keith with 3, Hurt with 1, Olivia Dempsey with 2, Newcomb with 2, and Stewart with 1 now in the game.
And a turnover for the Trojans as Angela Dempsey came up with a steal and then is called for the travel. Harp will take the ball out, finds Hosier at the top of the key. Hosier goes over to Baker on the right side wing. Back up top to Hosier. Nice pass to Harp at the right elbow. Harp feeds Gaines right block. Gaines nowhere to go. Goes back to the top of the key to Hosier. Shade to the left side. Ford with possession. Finds Harp left elbow. Harp off the drive. Skip pass. Hosier top of the key. Left side wing Ford. Passes up the 3. Nice dish to Gaines left block. Gaines scores 2. That is a big, big bucket and nice ball movement from Alexandria on the offensive side.
A beautiful assist from Ford there to get the ball to Gaines for that 2-pointer.
34-25, nearing the 1-minute mark in the third quarter. Keith has it in the left side. It's taken away and headed the other way with Harp. Harp fouled on the floor. And this will go against Angela Dempsey, the fourth on Tri-Central, the first on Dempsey. 1 minute exactly on the third quarter clock. 34-25 is the lead, 9 points. And Logan Creason back into the game for Tri-Central.
And you got to wonder how much longer Autumn Hurt will be on the bench for as Alexander Monroe starts to pull away.
Three-pointer no good for Hosier. Ford comes down with the rebound. Hosier will try again, this time going with the left. And she'll get a little lucky roll on the shot. 36-25. Largest lead of the game for this Alexandria team. It's 11.
The home rim's kind for the Tigers here at the Jungle.
Olivia Dempsey, top of the key for the Trojans. 30 seconds on the third quarter clock. Dempsey, right side wing. Goes down to Keith, left block. Keith scores 2. 36-27 with 17 seconds left in the third. Hosier's got possession at the logo for the Tigers.
That's Keith's first field goal of the game. She is now the second leading scorer with 4 points.
Hosier moving to the left side. 3 seconds on the clock. Has to make space. Ford gets a shot off at the buzzer, but it's tipped by Logan Creason. And headed into the fourth, it's a 9-point lead for Alexandria, 36-27. 1 minute, and we're back for more after this on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com, driven by Greg Hubler Ford.
Oh, thank you.
All stocked up for another year?
Ho, ho, yes. I'm also hoping for some advice.
Anything for you, Santa.
Any ideas for those who made it on my new extra nice list this year?
How about up to $5,000 Christmas cash with a qualifying heating and cooling system?
Or 0% interest for 36 months?
Both amazing values. Visit petermanhvac.com to claim your Christmas cash.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779.
At the start of the fourth quarter, 36-27 is the score. Alexandria leads Tri-Central on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. Colin Eccles, Daniel Miller on the call, driven by Greg Hubler Ford. There you see it on your screen, 36-27 the score. The Tigers start out with offensive possession in the fourth. Hosier will have it at the top of the key. She's joined by Ford, Harp, McFall, and Kellums. And we got a foul on the shot. It looks like it's going to be called on the floor. It's against Layla Keith. That is her first of the quarter for Tri-Central. Hurt and Newcomb back into the contest for the Trojans.
As you mentioned, Hurt back in the game. Hurt and Hosier combined for 17 of the 23 points combined for both teams.
And we got another stoppage. Now Morgan Baker in for the Tigers, taking the place of Lily Harp. Baker will take the ball out, find Hosier on the left block. Hosier not able to score it, and coming away with the board, Lillian Stewart. She finds Hurt to bring it up the floor, and we've got a foul going against Trinity Ford in the backcourt for Alexandria. Her second, first on the Tigers in the fourth, so 20 seconds, 19 seconds in to be specific, and two fouls already combined between the two teams. Olivia Dempsey on the left side. Goes down to the right block to Stewart, able to regain control after not handling the pass. Back to the left side for three, no good from Dempsey. Second chance opportunity will go through for Lillian Stewart to make it 36-29, and then a turnover on the other end for Alexandria. Hurt brings it across half court, finds Newcomb on the left side. Newcomb back to the top of the key to Olivia Dempsey. So it's both Dempsey sisters, Newcomb, Stewart, and Hurt on the floor for Tri-Central. Top of the key, it's Olivia Dempsey over the left side wing to Newcomb. Skip pass to the right corner to Hurt. Back to Newcomb left side. Pass tipped right back to her. Hurt right side wing, won't go for three. Back to the left side wing, Newcomb finds Angela Dempsey on the left baseline. Her shot no good. Second chance opportunity for Lillian Stewart. Gets the hoop, gets the harm, count the bucket and one. 36-31, lead cut to 5. The foul goes against Morgan Baker, her first. Second on the Tigers in the quarter. Here comes Lily Harp to take the spot of Riley Kellums for the Tigers.
Lillian Stewart providing a big third quarter boost for the Trojans coming off the bench.
And shot is no good at the line. Keeps it a 5-point game. Stella Griffin also in for the Tigers. Ball out of play. Last touch by Tri-Central. And it's going to be Hosier to take it out of play. McFall ends up with it on the right side wing for the Tigers. She'll hand it off to Hosier to move back to the top of the arc. Hosier pump fakes the three, moves to her right side, finds McFall. Clear over to the left side wing, Ford. Back up to Hosier. 3-ball on the way is good. And just when you think the Trojans are going to close things up a little bit, Jacqueline Hosier starts raining down the threes. Her scoring total up to 24 on the afternoon. We've got another foul on the floor against Alexandria, this time against Kylan McFall. That's the third on the Tigers already. We're not even 2 minutes into this fourth quarter.
Hosier's got some range to her, man. She's got several of those deep ones today. Every time Tri-Central gets some momentum, rains another one down on them.
Hurt on the right side block, fighting through contact, gets the shot off, is fouled, and will go to the line for two. This foul against Stella Griffin. That is her second in the fourth of the quarter already for the Tigers. First shot for Hurt, no good. Score stays at 39-31. We got 5:56 left in regulation.
If you look at the box score, Alexandria led by 6 at the end of the first quarter. They haven't done much since then. It's still an 8-point game.
0 for 2 trip. Hosier takes it the other way. Too strong on the left-handed layup. McFall at the top of the arc. Passes up the 3, goes left side wing to Ford. Back to the top of the key to Hosier. Off the drive, finds Ford left wing again. This time over to McFall. Back up top to Hosier. Left side wing Ford. 3 on the way, and Ford's shot. In and out, no good. She follows and gets her own board. Back to the top of the key to Hosier. Off the drive, right side wing McFall. Down to Hosier in the right corner off rotation. Hosier drives Ford. No three-point shot from the left side. Back out to the left wing to Hosier. 5:10 on the fourth quarter clock. McFall pulls a 3, and there's another one that rattles in and out. And another foul against the Tigers. Again, against Stella Griffin. That is her third, 5th on the team for Alexandria. And now the Trojans. Every foul from here on out will be shooting 2. It's 39-31. Plenty of second chance opportunities for Alexandria on that offensive possession. They can't capitalize on any. They only hold an 8-point lead. Lillian Stewart at the line to shoot 2. Her first shot goes.
And a big development in this one. Under 3 minutes have been played in this fourth quarter, and already in the bonus for the rest of the way is Tri-Central. They're only down 7.
Olivia Jones into the game for McFall. 1 for 2 trip. Jones comes down with a board. Jones hustling up the floor. Finds Ford on the right side wing. Passes up the 3. Goes back to the top of the key to Harp. Harp drives to the paint with her right. Kicks it out to Ford. Back to the top of the key again to Hosier. Right side wing Ford. Volleyball line Hosier. Left side wing Jones. And now down to the left block to Griffin. She tries a high glass shot. It's no good, and pass is broken up. Ford trying to go across the court to Jones. A risky pass to make. The ball is out of play, and lucky for the Tigers, they're able to keep possession.
Lillian Stewart in there on the deflection. She's had a big fourth quarter for the Trojans, keeping them in this ball game, as Alexandria is content to slow the ball down.
39-32, only a 7-point lead for the Tigers. Hosier has possession at the logo. Hosier putting some shifty moves on, shades to her left side, and moves right back up to the logo. Hosier to the right side, hands the ball off to Ford. It's back up top to Harp. Harp finds Griffin on the right elbow, and we've got an off-ball foul against Lillian Stewart. That is her third and the second of the quarter for Tri-Central. Some subs being made. Riley Kellums will take Griffin out of the contest for Alexandria.
Kellums has 4 points, the second leading scorer for the Tigers, behind obviously Jacqueline Hosier, who has 24.
Harp at the top of the key for the Tigers. Trying to motion the offense, not much working in the Tigers' favor. Some good defense being put up by the Trojans. We are over halfway through the fourth. Still just a 7-point lead for Alexandria, 39-32 over Tri-Central. Harp on the left side, driving in, tries to go up with the left. Shot won't go. Hurt comes down with the board. We'll bring it up the floor, and we've got a timeout called by Matt Korn, head coach for the Trojans. It's a full 1 minute timeout. We'll take a quick break of our own. 39-32 the score. More coming up in the fourth quarter after this on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779.
Back inside the jungle at Alexandria High School. It's IndianaHighSchoolSports.com, driven by Greg Hubler Ford. Colin Eccles, Daniel Miller on the call. 39-32. Alexandria barely with a lead over Tri-Central. Alexandria, the number 7 team in the state for Class 2A. Tri-Central, a 500 team. Like I said in pregame, these tournaments kind of eliminate any ranking record, what have you. And for our early morning matchup, 10 a.m. tip-off, Alexandria with just a 7-point lead, 3 minutes, 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
And they had a 6-point lead after that first quarter. You wonder if Tri-Central could have had a little bit of a later start time, woken up a little bit earlier, if they could be much closer to in this one than just the 7-point deficit they face right now.
Hurt at the top of the key, has the ball poked away from behind, and Hosier will take it the other way and score 2. 41-32. We're up to a 9-point lead for Alexandria. Under 3 minutes to go in the fourth. Hurt driving from the right side, picks up her dribble, goes back to the right side wing to Newcomb. Back to the top of the key to Keith. Right side wing again, Newcomb. Now down to the right corner to Hurt. Double team defense will draw the foul against Alexandria. And I think it's going to go against Harp. It will. That is the third foul against Harp, and the Trojans already in the bonus, so 2 shots at the line coming up for Hurt. First shot is good after it hops on just about every side of the rim.
And they need all these points now. Down 8, time's running out now, just 2:34 left on the clock.
Second shot on the way for Hurt is also good. 41-34, 2.5 minutes left on the fourth quarter clock. On the floor for Tri-Central, it's Keith. Both Dempsey sisters, Newcomb and Hurt. For the Tigers, it's Harp, Ford, Hosier, Jones, and Kellums. Hosier, right side block, counted and one. Jacqueline Hosier continues to carry now with 28 points for the Tigers.
And she's now above her season high. She was averaging 26.3 a game coming into this one. She's got 28 with a chance at 29.
Layla Keith picks up her 5th foul. She's done for the morning. In for her, Lillian Stewart. Taking a seat as Olivia Jones for Alexandria. In for her, Kylan McFall. And it will be 29 points for Jacqueline Hosier. The lead is back to double digits for the Tigers. 44-34 with 2:15 left in regulation.
You mentioned Layla Keith fouling out. She was the second leading scorer for the Trojans. A bit of a disappointing performance for her today. She only had 4 points.
And a foul on the shot will send Hurt to the line to shoot 2. Again, it's a foul against Harp. That's her 4th. And there were 2 Tigers down on the block defending Hurt in her shooting motion as she misses her first at the line. The other was Kellums, who only has 2. And I think in that scenario, you'd rather have Kellums pick up her 3rd than put someone like Harp in jeopardy with 4. 0 for 2 trip for Duncan, so the foul leads to nothing. Hosier will cross half court for Alexandria. Start a movement to her right side. Still at the logo. Guarded by Olivia Dempsey. Hosier not looking to make any sort of offensive motion. Now passes off to the far side of the court to Harp. Harp weaving through traffic, a lot of contact, and she's finally fouled by Autumn Hurt. And we might have a technical foul going against Autumn Hurt. And we do. And that is a huge technical foul against Hurt. 2 shots at the line for Harp. She misses her first, and the Tigers will get possession right after.
That could be the death blow for the Trojans. Although
Harp can't knock down either from the line.
Still a 10-point game with possession for the Tigers with just under 100 seconds to go. You assume they could wrap this one up. They could have really wrapped it up if they could have made those shots.
And there's another foul picked up quickly. Natalie Newcomb, the Trojans have started to foul in the fourth quarter to try and buy themselves some more time. So it sends Riley Kellums to the line to shoot free throws for the Tigers. They lead 44-34 here in the fourth. 95 seconds left on the fourth quarter clock. First shot is no good for Kellums on this trip to the line.
Man, Alexandria's had some opportunities to salt this one away, but unable to convert from the line a few times now.
Here's the second shot, and she knocks this one down, 45-34. Lead is to 11 for the Tigers. And coming back in is Abby Gaines for Riley Kellums. Pushing the ball up the floor, Olivia Dempsey for the Trojans. Over to Angela Dempsey on the right side. Reverse of the floor. Hurt, driving left side baseline. Euro steps through traffic and scores. 45-36, just a 9-point game with under a minute and a half left in regulation. Left side wing, it's Hart moving back up top. She's fouled on the floor by Angela Dempsey. Tigers now in the bonus. Dempsey picks up her second. It's going to send Harp back to the line. 0 for 2 trip for Harp the last time she was at the charity stripe. We'll see what she can do here.
Autumn Hurt with that last bucket adds to her total. She has 24, 2/3 of the points for the Trojans, and not much coming from anywhere else. And that's really led to their demise thus far in this game with just a minute to go.
This time a 2 for 2 trip for Harp. Makes it 47-36. Olivia Dempsey brings it up the floor, finds Hurt on the right side. Ball's out of play. Good defense on the other end again by Harp to poke it out of bounds and slow the momentum down for the Trojans. Angela Dempsey takes it out this time. We'll find Hurt at the top of the key. Hurt goes down to Newcomb, left block, counted and one for Newcomb. 47-38, McFall picks up the foul. That's McFall's third foul of the morning.
And that's Newcomb's first points of the morning. Got on the board just before closing time here in this first game.
1 minute to go in the fourth. Here's the and one free throw for Newcomb. And she can't knock it down. Harp pulls down the board. Harp across half court. Nice feed to Ford, left side block. She'll score. 49-38. 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter. This one might be just out of reach for the Trojans. Olivia Dempsey out to Hurt for three. Blocked by Harp on the shot. Ball is out of play. It'll stay with the Trojans. And this one now probably well out of reach. Just 37.4 seconds left on the fourth quarter clock. It's an 11-point lead for Alexandria. Hurt will take the floater. It's no good. Loose ball is called a jump ball as Abby Gaines and Angela Dempsey knotted up on the floor. So 30 seconds left now. Again, Trojan basketball. Ford with some good defense on the inbound play. Hurt at the top of the key for the Trojans. Shading to her right side, goes back to the top to Olivia Dempsey. and it will be an Alexandria win. So they will move on to the final, which will tip off at 6 p.m. Eastern Time inside of the Jungle here at Alexandria High School. They will play the winner of our upcoming matchup, which is Beech Grove and Sheridan. That'll tip off here in just a little while. The final score of the first semifinal game of the day is 49-38. The Tigers take a pretty close win away right at the end over Tri-Central. 29 points for Jacqueline Hosier. We're going to take a couple minutes to get the final stats totaled up, and we'll be back to recap this one, set you up with a preview as well for Beech Grove and Sheridan. That's what's coming up right after this on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com, driven by Greg Hubler Ford.
Oh, thank you.
All stocked up for another year?
Ho, ho, yes. I'm also hoping for some advice.
Anything for you, Santa.
Any ideas for those who made it on my new extra nice list this year?
How about up to $5,000 Christmas cash with a qualifying heating and cooling system?
Or 0% interest for 36 months?
Both amazing values. Visit petermanhvac.com to claim your Christmas cash.
Looking for training that makes a difference? Then Genesis Sports Performance is for you. Whether you're a grade school, high school, or college athlete, or just looking to get back into shape, Genesis has customized programs providing rapid gains in strength and conditioning, speed and agility. Genesis features a 7,000 square foot facility with state-of-the-art weight room and huge turf surface. Call Genesis at 386-7459 or visit them at genesissportsperformance.com.
Hello, I am Jason Warner, President and founder of Warner Financial. At Warner Financial, we understand that your financial journey is as unique as you are. That's why we offer a comprehensive suite of investment options, from custodial accounts for your children, individual retirement plans for business owners, to exploring the details of a 401k. Our team is dedicated to guiding you through every potential strategy. We want to be the partner who helps you navigate a world of possibilities. If you're ready to embark on your investment journey, contact us today, and let's get started.
Every day is a great day to buy a vehicle at Greg Hubler Ford.
Because every vehicle comes with our Greg Hubler promise. On top of scheduled maintenance with your vehicle, you'll also enjoy complimentary roadside assistance, service pickup, and drop-off. And a free car wash and quick wash every time you service at Greg Hubler Ford.
We're always finding new ways to put our guests first.
Mosey on into Muncie.
Greg Hubler Ford, promise kept.
Final score of our first semifinal matchup, Alexandria 49, Tri-Central 38 on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. This broadcast is always driven by Greg Hubler Ford. Your starting lineups powered by Warner Financial. Big day for Alexandria, hosting their yearly Alexandria tournament. It happens right after Christmas time. A great time for everybody to get together and get together for a full day of basketball. So that's our first of 3 games down for the day. An 11-point win for the Tigers over the Trojans. But I got to say, Alexandria did not play the greatest game of basketball despite the win.
They did not. They only had 20 points coming from someone not named Jacqueline Hosier, who had 29, to push them to the victory. Very slow on both sides of the ball to start the game. Their second leading scorer only had 5 points. That was Riley Kellums. And seeing Peyton Pulley go down with that injury took out that senior leadership that they have, the only senior starter they had, as she went down with an injury in the second quarter. They got out to a quick 6-point lead in the first quarter, but didn't do much after that. They only ended up winning the game by 11.
Yeah, big day, and a big day on the scoring side for the Trojans. Coming from Autumn Hurt, who put up a 20-point performance of her own. She obviously carrying Tri-Central a little bit. We'll be excited to see how she plays in the consolation game, which will be against whoever does not come out with the win in this next matchup, which is Beech Grove and Sheridan. That's coming up here in a little over a half hour, so we've got some time to kill. When you look back at this game for Alexandria and Tri-Central, you look at Alexandria, they've got an opportunity to either match up with a 3A opponent in Beech Grove or a 2A opponent in Sheridan, who, by the way, 10-2 on the year. Sheridan lost their first 2 games. They're now coming into today on a 10-game win streak. and they are not far out of being in the top 15 for the 2A class. So two pretty good opponents here that could be matched up against Alexandria. The Tigers looked very, very flat in terms of what they normally do. Like I said, a lot of leadership lost when Peyton Pulley hit the hardwood, and we did not see her return in the second half. No word on if she'll be in the championship game later today. She was in her warm-up suit on the bench at the end of that second half. So obviously wishing her the best. We hope nothing too serious. We won't speculate too much on what her exact injury is, but let's assume that you don't have Peyton Pulley right now for that championship game. You don't have a lot of your senior leadership. She's one of only 2 seniors on the roster for Alexandria. Who needs to step up for the Tigers to kind of carry some of that energy into that game at 6 o'clock this evening to get some of that spark and some of that edge back that we've seen from the Tigers throughout this season already?
To answer your question directly with the thought about the energy, at 6 o'clock, I assume there will be more fans of the Jungle, and that could definitely prove to help this Alexandria team playing at home in this Christmas time tournament, I should say. And that should really provide a spark for just the whole team getting going again. But more from Jacqueline Hosier, I would assume. She averages 26, so more from her. And then Lily Harp also put in 4 today. She's their second leading scorer, so I'd assume that her role would step up a little bit with regards to that. I would also expect Trinity Ford to make an impact on the defensive side, because that's, again, where Peyton Pulley made a big difference. She doesn't do much from the scoring column if you look at it. She only averages 5 a game, but that senior leadership, and especially on the defensive side of that ball, she really gets after it. So I would expect Trinity Ford to help out in that department.
Yeah, she's a big defensive threat, and you saw when she went down, some of the scoring opportunities opened up for the Trojans a little bit, especially for Autumn Hurt, who, like we said, 20-point performance for her today. So Alexandria, 3 wins in a row for the Tigers. Now they improved to 12-3 on the year. The on-the-road spark for the Trojans falls a little bit short. They've come back from a 1-win win streak and have now lost, obviously falling to 6-7 on the year, 4-2 on the road, as opposed to that previous 4-1 record. It looked for a little bit there like Tri-Central might have an opportunity to take that game away from Alexandria. Nonetheless, I think even looking at the loss for the Trojans, you got to be proud of yourselves in the performance you put up today. Obviously, Hurt carried that team a lot throughout the second half and through the first half as well, but a good, hard-fought loss nonetheless for Tri-Central, and a lot of momentum for them headed into the consolation game against the loser of this next matchup, Beech Grove and Sheridan.
They do, and one thing that I look at when I look at Tri-Central as we see the final stats, we had Layla Keith, their second leading scorer. She averages 9.2. She only had 4 points on the day. She fouled out in the matchup, so having her out of the game at the end there really hurt them. Autumn Hurt obviously provided most of the scoring for them, and over half of their scoring. They had 38 total. Along with that, Lillian Stewart provided an 8-point performance. She had 5 of those in the fourth quarter after Keith had fouled out. So she made an impact to her to potentially get going a little bit more in the consolation game. She's the 6th girl off the bench for the Trojans.
And possibly looking at a conference matchup as well for Tri-Central if they were to play Sheridan in that consolation game later this afternoon. Sheridan sitting 3rd in the Hoosier Heartland Conference right now with a 3-1 conference record, 10-2 overall record. And they're behind Carroll, who has a 14-2 record, and Clinton Central, who has a 13-1 record. So the Hoosier Heartland Conference made up of a lot of 2A and 1A schools. Very, very competitive across the board, so we could have a great matchup later this afternoon between Sheridan and Tri-Central. But we won't know until after we get through this second semifinal game. Once again, the final score for that first one, Alexandria 49, Tri-Central 38, an 11-point win for the Alexandria Tigers. We're going to take a quick break, run a few advertisements, and then we will cut the stream off. Don't go anywhere. If you are tuned in right now, the second game stream will be on this exact same stream link, so you don't need to worry about going to any other stream. It'll be on the same one. It'll be the matchup of the Beech Grove Hornets and the Sheridan Blackhawks. That's what's coming up next in about 27 minutes. We'll probably be back in about 15 to get you started. So That's what's coming up next. But first, a little bit of advertising, and then we'll get to that second game. That's what's coming up next on Indiana High School Sports, driven by Greg Hubler Ford. In the meantime, make sure you check us out on X, INDHS Sports, for highlight reel clips and interviews from around Indianapolis and Muncie. Also head to our website, IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. You'll see a QR code on the right side of your screen. That QR code, you scan it with your phone. Guess what? You can sign up for live text updates, so when your favorite teams throughout the state score, you don't miss a single beat if you can't be at the game. Like today, where you got a game tipping off at noon and a game tipping off at 10 a.m. You might be at work and might not be able to have the live stream pulled up on your phone or computer or whatever. You can get those live text updates and still be able to get your work done throughout the day. Coming up, Beech Grove and Sheridan. That's what's next on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com, driven by Greg Hubler Ford.
Looking for training that makes a difference? Then Genesis Sports Performance is for you. Whether you're a grade school, high school, or college athlete, or just looking to get back into shape, Genesis has customized programs providing rapid gains in strength and conditioning, speed and agility. Genesis features a 7,000 square foot facility with state-of-the-art weight room and huge turf surface. Call Genesis at 386-7459 or visit them at genesissportsperformance.com.
Oh, thank you.
All stocked up for another year?
Ho, ho, yes. I'm also hoping for some advice.
Anything for you, Santa.
Any ideas for those who made it on my new extra nice list this year?
How about up to $5,000 Christmas cash with a qualifying heating and cooling system?
Or 0% interest for 36 months?
Both amazing values. Visit petermanhvac.com to claim your Christmas cash.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779.
Hi, I'm Jason Warner.
And I'm Christy Calderon.
At Warner Financial, our vision is to redefine what it means to partner with a financial institution.
We bring together expertise and dedication with a relentless focus on your financial success.
Our drive is to create a strategy that aligns your unique goals by crafting tailored financial solutions to guide you through life's milestones.
Together, we'll navigate the complexities and turn financial challenges into opportunities.
Reach out today for a no-cost consultation and experience the difference of partnering with Warner Financial.
The Mower Shop in Fishers helps you stay safe in the snow. Come check out our full selection of Honda and Toro snowblowers. Save time and never worry about being snowed in. We carry snow thrower parts and accessories with super fast shipping. Just need maintenance or repairs? We offer that too, and we'll even deliver to you. Visit us at the Mower Shop. Family owned for more than 20 years. We're just west of State Road 37 in Fishers, or shop online at themowershop.com.
Every day is a great day to buy a vehicle at Greg Hubler Ford.
Because every vehicle comes with our Greg Hubler promise. On top of scheduled maintenance with your vehicle, you'll also enjoy complimentary roadside assistance, service pickup, and drop-off. And a free car wash and quick wash every time you service at Greg Hubler Ford.
We're always finding new ways to put our guests first.
Mosey on into Muncie.
Greg Hubler Ford, promise kept.
Tonight's ballgame on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com has been driven by Greg Hubler Ford and built by Universal Roofing and brought to you by Peterman Brothers Heating and Air Conditioning, by Warner Financial, Genesis Sports Performance, and by the Mower Shop. This has been a presentation of IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. It's exciting Indiana High School basketball on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. Tonight's ball game is driven by Greg Hubler Ford and built by Universal Roofing and brought to you by Peterman Brothers Heating and Air Conditioning, by Werner Financial, Genesis Sports Performance, and by the Mower Shop. Indiana High School basketball on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779.
All stocked up for another year?
Ho, ho, yes. I'm also hoping for some advice.
Anything for you, Santa.
Any ideas for those who made it on my new extra nice list this year?
How about up to $5,000 Christmas cash with a qualifying heating and cooling system?
Or 0% interest for 36 months?
Both amazing values. Visit PetermanHVAC.com to claim your Christmas cash.
Hi, I'm Jason Warner.
And I'm Christy Calderon.
At Werner Financial, our vision is to redefine what it means to partner with a financial institution.
We bring together expertise and dedication with a relentless focus on your financial success.
Our drive is to create a strategy that aligns your unique goals by crafting tailored financial solutions to guide you through life's milestones.
Together, we'll navigate the complexities and turn financial challenges into opportunities.
Reach out today for a no-cost consultation and experience the difference of partnering with Werner Financial.
Every day is a great day to buy a vehicle at Greg Hubler Ford.
Because every vehicle comes with our Greg Hubler promise. On top of scheduled maintenance with your vehicle, you'll also enjoy complimentary roadside assistance, service pickup, and drop-off. And a free car wash and quick wash every time you service at Greg Hubler Ford.
We're always finding new ways to put our guests first.
Mosey on into Muncie.
Greg Hubler Ford, promise kept.
Back inside of Alexandria High School on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com for the second of our three matchups today in the Alexandria Girls Basketball Tournament on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com, driven by Greg Hubler Ford. Colin Eccles, Daniel Miller on the call for the second game. The first one, very competitive matchup between the Alexandria Tigers and the Tri-Central Trojans. Alexandria comes out on top 49-38. Now for our second semifinal matchup. It's the Beech Grove Hornets, the only 3A school in this tournament today, matched up against the Sheridan Blackhawks. Sheridan comes into the day 10-2, Beech Grove 9-5. And Beech Grove started off kind of hot this year, 2-0 to start their season. They lose one, bounce back with two more wins, 4-1. And since then, one more loss, 4 wins in a row, and they've dropped the ball a little bit, 1-3 in their last 4 matchups to bring them down to that 9-5 record. Still nothing to gawk at, though. For Sheridan, on the other hand, though, Daniel, 10-2 coming into the day. They lose their first 2 games of the season in pretty close games. They lost to Carroll game 1, 48-44, and then to Brebeuf game 2, 56-48. Since then, 10 wins in a row for the Blackhawks. They are on a heck of a roll coming into today.
They are, and one of those wins coming against Covenant Christian. They won that game in overtime. The only common opponent these two teams have, Beech Grove, played them very close as well. Beech Grove won that game 36-32. Sheridan won it by 9, as I mentioned, in overtime. This should be a really good game between two really good teams. Beech Grove is 6-0 against teams from 1 and 2A, so they look to get a couple of nice wins against those lower class teams.
Yeah, it's a big matchup for Beech Grove today. You walk in with the biggest roster from the biggest school out of any of these teams. The only 3A out of the 4 teams in the tournament today. Sheridan obviously sitting in 2A along with Alexandria. Tri-West down just a tad, Tri-Central just a tad bit lower down in 1A. So we got a good matchup on the way. And I think the biggest advantage that you and I both saw right now for Beech Grove, They have a much bigger roster, and the height and length for the Hornets is up there. Very, very athletic on the side of Beech Grove. Very tall, very long as well. That's going to create some big threats offensively and defensively.
And the big thing with them is they have more people to choose from. Being a 3A school, their enrollment is 892 compared to Sheridan at just 329. So they've got almost 3 times as many people at their school to choose from to play with these games. And you said it, they got all of the height in the world and all of the roster size in the world. They even brought up a JV player to play in this game against the Sheridan Blackhawks.
You look at some of the significant players for Beech Grove. Miley Bowling, she's a junior forward. She's averaging a double-double, 14 points per game, 10.8 rebounds per game, 6 double-doubles out of the 14 games so far for Beech Grove this year. Joining her is Harper Moore. She's a freshman guard, averaging 12.5 points a game, 4.8 rebounds per game. Super competitive, great on- and off-ball instinct, according to my communication with Amy Selk, the head coach for the Beech Grove Hornets, throughout this week, emailing her, kind of talking about some of her significant players. Those were the first 2 that came to mind for her. Obviously, when you got a player like Bowling who is averaging double-doubles with 14 and 10.8, 6 doubles in 14 games, so she's almost halfway. Every other game you can pretty much expect a double-double from her. And then you got a freshman, over 12 points a game. She's got a pretty good rebound, too, for a guard at just under 5. And then that great on- and off-ball instinct. That makes for a really, really competitive and really scary duo if you're on the defensive side across the court from that.
She does, and with Miley Bowling, she averages 11, well, now it's dropped to 10.8, but at one point, 11.3 rebounds per game, which is number 2 in the 3A class and is 11th in the state. She also averages 3.9 steals per game, so she can make a big impact outside of just those scoring and rebounding numbers where she averages, like you said, a double-double.
And on the side of Sheridan, some pretty significant names as well. Kenzie Garner, you'll see her number 12. She verbally committed earlier this season to NCAA D2 Ferris State, and very hard worker in my communications with Jalen Bradshaw, the head coach for Sheridan. Talking to her specifically about Gardner, one of the most hard-nosed players we might see in this entire tournament. Very aggressive, plays clean basketball as well. She averages 19.7 points per game, 8.5 rebounds, and 5.2 assists. So I think across all of the 3 major stat categories, I would say that is probably the most solid that we've seen all season. Like I said, she's going to D2 Ferris State. That's where she's verbally committed. Number 30, Cecilia Timmy. She's coming off an ACL injury during the fall of her season last year. Big leader for this squad as well. Will also play a key role, averaging 10.3. So those 2 alone create some big problems for their opponents. Then you got Nova Cross. She's a junior guard. Again, plays really, really tough defense. And finishing it out, number 24, Brielle Gardner, number 10, Sadie Timmy. They're both freshman guards. Very aggressive and great in transition, according to Coach Bradshaw. So I think when you look down the list at those 5, we should have a pretty impressive Sheridan Blackhawks team on the floor in front of us today.
We do, and as you mentioned, Kenzie Gardner leading the team in points, rebounds, and assists. Cecilia Timmy second in the team in both points, rebounds, and assists. And it's a family game for the Sheridan Blackhawks. Kenzie Gardner and Brielle Gardner, cousins on the team, and Cecilia Timmy and Sadie Timmy are both sisters on the team. So a family event for the Sheridan Blackhawks, making the trip up. 45-minute drive, I was told, from Sheridan up here for the game today, and an hour and 15 from the south side of Indianapolis for Beech Grove to come up here to Alexandria for this Christmas time Winter Classic tournament.
Yeah, they get a little bit of the advantage. They kick back a little bit and get the noon start for Beech Grove in Sheridan. Obviously, the 10 a.m. start. I don't know how it was for you. It was a little rough for me to get up out of bed over Christmas break at 6:30 in the morning and have to book it up here to Muncie. But I tell you what, worth it. We saw a great game in Game 1 between Alexandria and Tri-Central. We got a great game in front of us for this second semifinal matchup between Beech Grove and Sheridan. We have just 3.5 minutes until we get into the starting lineups powered by Werner Financial, so we'll take a quick break to hear from some of our sponsors that make these broadcasts possible day in and day out. And while we do that, make sure you follow us on X, INDHS Sports, for interviews and post-game coverage throughout Indianapolis and Muncie. You can also head to our website, IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. Scan that QR code on the right side of your screen. You'll get live text updates for all of your favorite teams across the state of Indiana. If you can't be at the game, like today, it's a Thursday, 10 a.m. to noon. You're probably at work on your computer, maybe not able to watch the games on your phone or computer. You can get those live text updates as they come in from across the state. Up next, your starting lineups powered by Werner Financial. But before that, some words from some of our sponsors on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Looking for training that makes a difference? Then Genesis Sports Performance is for you. Whether you're a grade school, high school, or college athlete, or just looking to get back into shape, Genesis has customized programs providing rapid gains in strength and conditioning, speed and agility. Genesis features a 7,000 square foot facility with state-of-the-art weight room and huge turf surface. Call Genesis at 386-7459 or visit them at GenesisSportsPerformance.com. The Mower Shop in Fishers helps you stay safe in the snow. Come check out our full selection of Honda and Toro snowblowers. Save time and never worry about being snowed in. We carry snow thrower parts and accessories with super fast shipping. Just need maintenance or repairs? We offer that too, and we'll even deliver to you. Visit us at The Mower Shop. Family owned for more than 20 years. We're just west of State Road 37 in Fishers, or shop online at themowershop.com.
Back inside of Alexandria High School and IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. This broadcast driven by Greg Hubler Ford. It's Colin Eccles and Daniel Miller on the call this afternoon now as we near the noon tip-off for this Alexandria Monroe Girls Christmas Tournament. 4 teams in this one. Obviously, Alexandria, the host school. Tri-Central, that was your matchup for Game 1. Alexandria comes away with the win 49-38. Over the Trojans. And now the second matchup, the Beech Grove Hornets matched up against the Sheridan Blackhawks for your second semifinal matchup. It's coming down to it less than a minute before tip-off, and we're going to get you into the starting lineups for both sides, powered by Werner Financial. Starting with the visitors for today, it's Beech Grove wearing the black with the orange lettering. I got to say, some of the cleanest uniforms we've seen so far this year, an all-black uniform. Really never misses, in my opinion. Starting for them is going to be number 3, the freshman guard Harper Moore, with 12.5 points a game, 4.8 rebounds. For joining her, number 11, Emma Mix, the junior, 5.7 points per game. Number 21, Mariah Marshall, another freshman in the starting lineup, 5.6 points per game for her. Number 22, Miley Bowling, the junior, a double-double just about every other game. 6 of the 14 games so far this year, she's had a double-double. She averages 14 points a game, 10.8 rebounds, 1.9 assists. And then finishing out the starting 5 is number 23, Aubrey Bailey, the senior for Beech Grove. Now for the Sheridan Blackhawks, it's number 5, Nova Cross, 6.3 points per game for her. Number 12, Kenzie Gardner, that Fair State commit. 19.7 points per game, 8.5 rebounds per game, 5.2 assists per game. Very, very solid stat line for her across the board. Number 20, Shelby Eaton will join those two on the floor. 6.5 points per game, 3.2 rebounds a game for her. Number 24, Brielle Gardner, 4.8 points per game, 2.2 rebounds per game. And number 30, Cecilia Timmy, 10.3 points per game for her, 4.5 rebounds per game, 3.5 assists per game. Daniel, across the board, very even matchups. We got a very exciting contest in front of us today for the second of our 3 games. We'll be back in the championship at 6 p.m. tonight. Like I said, Beech Grove wearing the black with the orange letters on the front, white numbers on the back, which in my opinion I think are the cleanest uniforms we've seen so far this year. The all black really is my favorite combo for any school that can pull it off. And then for Sheridan, they're wearing the white with the black letters and numbers outlined in red. Pretty clean uniform matchup as well. If you're going to take the strictly on the uniforms, if you're going to pick a win, you're going through the uniform tournament, who are you picking so far from what we've seen today?
You got to go with the Hornets, man. That all black unis with the little orange, bright orange tint for the Hornets. Got to love it. I mean, Beautiful
it's intimidating.
uniform matchup.
All black is an intimidating uniform color.
It is, and we'll see if the Hornets can live up to their name and live up to these uniforms in this matchup today and live up to their 6-0 record against 1A and 2A teams.
Beech Grove coached by Amy Selk. Sheridan coached by Jalen Bradshaw. Jumping for the Hornets, number 22, Miley Bowling. Jumping for the Blackhawks, Kenzie Gardner. It's going to be Sheridan basketball to start. Count the bucket and one for the Blackhawks. Off to a quick one. Big bucket off the rip for Shelby Eaton. Shelby Eaton scores 2. And the foul is against Emma Mix, her first. And that'll make it a 3-point play. Sheridan in the lead, 3-0, 4 seconds into this first quarter.
A huge bucket off the rip for the Blackhawks, getting into it right away.
And a travel going the other way against Beech Grove as Harper Moore a little tangled up in traffic. That turns the ball over for the Hornets. Bringing it up the other way for the Blackhawks, Kenzie Gardner.
We mentioned the family affair for them. Kenzie Gardner, Brielle Gardner, both starting as cousins.
Bring it up the floor for Beech Grove, number 21, Marshall. And foul, an offensive foul going against Mariah Marshall. That is her first. It looks like the officials are saying it was a moving screen, unintentional as it may have been. They'll give the ball right back to Sheridan. 7.5 minutes in the first quarter.
Very fast-paced first 30 seconds. Sheridan all over the ball.
Left side wing for the Blackhawks, it's Cross. Into the left elbow to Timmy. Right corner, Brielle Gardner passes up the 3, finds Cecilia Timmy on the right wing. Her shot from beyond 3, no good. Score stays at 3-0. Those 3 points coming from Cecilia Timmy. Long inbound pass ahead for the Hornets. Bowling not able to catch up to it. Last touch by Sheridan. It'll go out of play and stay with Beech Grove.
A 4-block inbound for the Hornets.
Bailey at the top of the key for Beech Grove will throw the ball away. Beech Grove off to a slow start in the early goings of this semifinal matchup, and we've already got a 30-second timeout taken by head coach Amy Selk for Beech Grove. 30 seconds of our own, and then we're back to finish out this first quarter on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com, driven by Greg Hubler Ford.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779.
Slow start to the second semifinal matchup of the Alexandria Girls Basketball Tournament on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com, driven by Greg Hubler Ford. Colin Eccles, Daniel Miller on the call. Sheridan leads 3-0 over Beech Grove. And we'll get you straight back into the action. On the right block for the Blackhawks, Cecilia Timmy. Loose ball on the floor. Timmy comes up with it, goes over to the left side wing to Garner. And a steal for the Hornets. Harper Moore bringing it up the floor. Drives in with the left and will think wisely and head back to the top of the key. Give the ball off to Emma Mix to run point.
Harper Moore getting in the steals column today.
And there's a good bucket attempt from the right side for Harper Moore. She just can't finish it. Score stays at 3-0 in favor of Sheridan. Pass broken up on the other end by the Hornets. Still Blackhawk basketball.
Cecilia Timmy inbounds. She's the only one that scored so far for either team. She got the and one early on in this game, just 4 seconds in.
Right side for Sheridan. Now back over to the left. 3 ball in the way is no good. Off the fingertips of Shelby Eaton. Cecilia Timmy comes up with a rebound, and Timmy will score 2 more. 5-0. Sheridan leads with 5:50 left in the first quarter.
Beautiful floater from Cecilia Timmy in the paint there. getting the offensive rebound and getting some points off of it as well on the second chance opportunity.
And a 5-second called against Harper Moore as she couldn't get the inbound off for Beech Grove. Slow start for the Hornets. Taking it out is Nova Cross for Sheridan. Off the inbound, she tries to find Kinsey Gardner on the left block. Gardner has it taken away by Harper Moore. Moore at the top of the key for the Hornets. Nearly loses her handle, gets it over to the left wing to Mix. Mix moving back up top. Now shades to the right side. Bunched up with Moore. Now goes back to the top of the key. Nice backdoor pass and nice score on the right side from Miley Bowling. Beech Grove on the board, 5-2 with 5:15 left in the first quarter.
What a backdoor cut from Miley Bowling. Getting in the action there and a beautiful assist to get the Hornets going in this first quarter.
Right corner three on the way and good. Made by Brielle Gardner. 8-2. Sheridan well in the lead. Long inbound pass. Bowling counted and one.
Bowling the bright spot. She averages 14 a game. Getting into it early on this game for the Hornets, and she's got an opportunity to get another three-point play and extend this deficit, or cut this deficit rather, to 3 points.
Sadie Timmy and Mackenzie Smith in for Sheridan. They'll take the place of Brielle Gardner and Shelby Eaton. And it will remain a 2-point play as Bowling can't knock it down from the stripe. 8-4 is the score. Sheridan still in the lead. We are almost halfway through this first quarter. Timmy from the right side block. Can't score it for the Blackhawks. And Harper Moore will bring it up the other way. Moore through traffic, and she's called for a carry, and that was pretty clear from up here in the stands. She got underneath the ball and turned her hand over. 4.5 minutes on the first quarter clock. 8-4. Sheridan leads.
Beech Grove a little ball pressure in the backcourt.
And a foul on the floor will go against Aubrey Bailey. That is her first and the third on the team for Beech Grove. Subbing in, Jocelyn Johnson will take Bailey's place.
Bailey, the lone senior starter for the Hornets.
Cecilia Timmy at the top of the key for the Blackhawks. Over to the left side to Cross. Down to the left corner to Smith. And a loose ball is going to result in a foul against Beech Grove. Fouls against Harper Moore. That is her first and the fourth on the Hornets. Not quite halfway through the first quarter. Hornets already in some foul trouble. Missed shot from Nova Cross on the left side baseline is going to be rebounded by Harper Moore. Moore starts out at the logo now. Shades to her right side. Guarded closely by Sadie Timmy. Back to the top of the key. Three ball on the way is no good from Emma Mix. We got a foul on the floor against the Blackhawks.
Beautiful off-the-ball screen there from the Hornets to get Emma Mix open for that top of the key three. Just couldn't put it in the hoop.
And some talk amongst the officials. Foul goes against Sadie Timmy. That is her first, second on the team for Sheridan in this quarter. Harper Moore takes it out of play for Beech Grove and finds Bowling in the right corner. Gives it right back to Moore off the inbound play. Three ball is no good. Headed the other way with Kinsey Gardner. Gardner from the right block scores two. No trouble for Gardner taking it coast to coast. Extends the lead to 10-4 for the Blackhawks. 3.5 minutes left in the first. Moore takes it the other way. And count it for Harper Moore. Draws the foul on the Euro step and scores. The foul goes against Kinsey Gardner. Her first, third for Sheridan in the quarter.
This late start proven to be a little bit more fast-paced. Our first game, we started off really slow here at 10 a.m. tip time. Now that we're at noon, we got a fast-paced start to this one as Harper Moore finishes the three-point play.
10-7. Sheridan still leads with 3:20 left in the first. Top of the key, it's Cecilia Timmy. Over to the right side wing to Mackenzie Smith. Back up top to Timmy. Finds a cutting Nova Cross. And Cross is fouled on the shot just inside the paint. And the foul goes against Harper Moore. Harper Moore already with 2 fouls, and Sheridan now in the bonus for the remaining 3:10 of the first quarter. First shot at the stripe for Cross is good, 11-7. And a substitution being made, Aubrey Bailey back in to take Harper Moore's place on the side of the Hornets.
That second foul already could put Harper Moore back on the bench for the rest of this first half. She averages 12.5 a game scoring. That's a big loss for the Hornets as we look forward to the rest of this first half.
Big bounce on the shot for Nova Cross, still goes through. 12-7, it's a 5-point lead for the Blackhawks. Johnson brings the ball up the floor for the Hornets. Directs traffic back at the logo. Moves to her left, passes off to Lila Muffler. Back to the top of the key to Bailey. Over to the right side wing, Johnson. Johnson trying to create some space, and she's called for the travel. Tried to stop too hard, moved her feet. And Coach Selk for the Hornets is making some corrections to the offensive scheme. Timmy brings it up for Sheridan, starts it at the top of the key, dumps it off to the left side to Sadie Timmy. Sadie Timmy off the left-handed drive, kicks it out to Cross. Cross is deep two, no good. Cecilia Timmy back down with the board. Over to the right side wing, Mackenzie Smith. Smith off the right-handed drive. Shot is no good. Board pulled down by Bowling. Bowling the feed ahead to Johnson. Johnson's left-handed layup won't go. Still 12-7, 2:20 left on the first quarter clock. Kinsey Garner, right wing three, takes 2 hops off the rim, still won't go through. And Miley Bowling will get the ball to Jocelyn Johnson to slow down the offense for Beech Grove.
We've seen a couple of deep twos for Sheridan on those last couple of shots. Not normally what you want to see out of your players, but if it works for them, it works for them.
Shelby Eaton checks in to take the place of Cecilia Timmy for Sheridan. So on the floor is Nova Cross, Kinsey Gardner, Shelby Eaton, Sadie Timmy, and rounding out that 5 is Mackenzie Smith. Off the inbound on the right side wing, it's Mariah Marshall. She'll hand the ball off to Jocelyn Johnson again to run point for the Hornets. Under 2 minutes to go in the first. Still a 5-point lead for the Blackhawks. And we got another foul against Sheridan. This time it goes against Shelby Eaton, her first, 4th on the team. In the game, again, Brielle Gardner for the Blackhawks.
Moving forward for both these teams, the rest of this first quarter will be free throws the rest of the way.
Johnson shaded to her right side to start the offensive try again for Beech Grove. Moves her way back to the top and passes off to Marshall. 90 seconds left in the first quarter. Marshall at the logo. Guarded by Nova Cross, and Cross picks up a foul. It's the 5th against Sheridan. And now Marshall will be at the stripe to shoot 2 for the Hornets.
She's looking for her first points of the day. She averages 5.6 points, 3.0 rebounds. That's third most rebounds on the team, and just behind Emma Mix for 4th most points on the team.
First shot at the line, good for Mariah Marshall. 12-8, lead cut down to 4 for Sheridan. Second shot on the way is no good, and Kinsey Gardner comes down with a rebound. Gardner across half court. Sets up top of the key, goes left side wing to Brielle Gardner. Nice feed to Nova Cross, left block. She can't score it. Offensive board for Sadie Timmy. Out to the right corner, 3-ball no good for Shelby Eaton. And the loose ball is picked up on the floor by Mariah Marshall. Jump ball called. And it will be Beech Grove basketball with 1:07 left on the first quarter clock. Still just a 12-8 ball game in favor of Sheridan.
Sheridan's got a few nice offensive rebounds, been able to put a couple in for points, but unable to convert there.
Nice defense by Nova Cross on the inbound to knock it right back out of play. And Jocelyn Johnson will have to set up another inbound. This time she gets it in cleanly to Bowling, and Bowling will give it right back to Johnson to bring up the floor. She'll make it across half court and start out on her right side under a minute to go in the first. Bowling, loose ball on the floor, able to pick it up and get it back off to Johnson. Ball is out of play, and it stays with Beech Grove.
There you see some of that length from Miley Bowling, reaching out just enough to get those fingertips on it before it crosses that half-court market, keeping the ball in the Hornets' possession.
Lila Muffler takes it out for the Hornets and finds Bowling on the right side wing. Bowling, driving right baseline, has to kick it back to the top of the key to Bailey, and it's over to the left side wing to Marshall. Back to the logo to Johnson. 35 seconds in the first quarter is all that remains, and the backdoor cut this time read perfectly by Kenzie Gardner. She'll bring it up the floor. Stops at the right elbow, pulls the two, and knocks it down. 14-8. Sheridan leads by 6. Less than 20 seconds left in the first quarter. And Johnson will work it up the floor for the Hornets. She's got to make some sort of quick motion now. Just 9 seconds on the game clock. Over on the right side wing to Bowling. Driving right baseline, tries to kick it out left side wing to Marshall. But good defense put up by the Blackhawks. Sadie Timmy swats it out of bounds. 2.7 seconds is all the Hornets have to work with. Johnson will take the ball out of play. Johnson running the inbound. Not a lot of options. Goes to the top of the key to Muffler. Pulls a three at the buzzer, and it will not go. After one quarter, 14-8 the score. Sheridan leads Beech Grove in the second semifinal matchup of the Alexandria Girls Tournament. Into the first quarter. Going to take a quick break and back to start the second quarter right after this on Indiana High School Sports.
Every day is a great day to buy a vehicle at Greg Hubler Ford.
Because every vehicle comes with our Greg Hubler promise. On top of scheduled maintenance with your vehicle, you'll also enjoy complimentary roadside assistance, service pickup, and drop-off. And a free car wash and quick wash every time you service at Greg Hubler Ford.
We're always finding new ways to put our guests first.
Mosey on into Muncie.
Greg Hubler Ford, promise kept.
Hi, I'm Jason Warner of Warner Financial. When it comes to your 401k, you deserve a partner who values your retirement dreams as much as you do. We believe that your 401k is more than just an account. It's a strategy tailored to fit your unique circumstances. Our approach isn't just about numbers. It's about understanding you. Whether you're just starting your career or counting down the days until approaching retirement, we're here to ensure your 401k aligns perfectly with your future. Ready to make your 401k work for you? Contact us today for a personalized consultation.
We join you again from Alexandria High School on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com for the semifinal matchup. The Beech Grove Hornets and the Sheridan Blackhawks, the Alexandria Monroe Girls Basketball Tournament, driven by Greg Hubler Ford. Colin Eccles, Daniel Miller on the call. It's 14-8. Sheridan leads at the start of the second quarter. And not really a standout from that first quarter in terms of an individual player so far.
No, and near the end of that first quarter on that final steal by Sheridan, I noticed Coach Selk from Beech Grove calling out a play where there was then a backdoor cut that was beautifully stolen by Sheridan. You wonder if Coach Bradshaw from Sheridan got some scouting in, knew that play, and got that design to get the steal for the Blackhawks here at the end of that first quarter.
Quick start to the second quarter for Sheridan. Kenzie Garner scores one high off the window from the right side, and then a turnover for Beech Grove off the travel. Cecilia Timmy with the ball off the inbound, goes to the right corner to Brielle Gardner. Back to the top, now to Sadie Timmy. Over to Nova Cross, just inside the left corner. Deep two is no good. Jocelyn Johnson will bring it up the other way. She tries to dish off to Aubrey Bailey, who can't score it. Gardner brings it up the other way and pops one from the free throw line. Buries it, no problem. And another timeout called by head coach Amy Selk for Beech Grove. What a start to the second quarter for Sheridan. 18-8, they lead by 10, full 1 minute timeout. And we'll take a timeout of our own. More coming up after this on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779. The Mower Shop in Fishers helps you stay safe in the snow. Come check out our full selection of Honda and Toro snowblowers. Save time and never worry about being snowed in. We carry snow thrower parts and accessories with super fast shipping. Just need maintenance or repairs? We offer that too, and we'll even deliver to you. Visit us at the Mower Shop. Family owned for more than 20 years. We're just west of State Road 37 in Fishers, or shop online at themowershop.com.
Quick start to the second quarter for Sheridan as they put up 4 quick ones on Beech Grove. 18-8 the score now on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. It's the semifinal matchup, the Beech Grove Hornets and the Sheridan Blackhawks, the Alexandria Monroe Girls Christmas Basketball Tournament. Get you back into the action. Beech Grove with possession. Jocelyn Johnson on the floor. She goes over to the left side wing to Mix. Mix back up top to Bailey. Bailey back to the left side wing, Mix. Working against Nova Cross. Mix goes up, can't get the shot to go. It's tipped somewhere in that crowd of Blackhawks. And now Kenzie Gardner will bring it up the other way. Straight ahead three, and Kenzie Gardner is on a roll. 11 points already in the first half. And there's another great defensive play by Cecilia Timmy. What a start to the second quarter for the Blackhawks.
And for Kenzie Gardner, 7 points in the first minute 26 of the second quarter. What a start for her.
Moore inbounds the ball all the way across the court. It's stolen by Kenzie Gardner, who tries to make a save. And there is a foul called against Aubrey Bailey for Beech Grove. That is her second, first on the Hornets in this quarter. So the ball will stay with Sheridan on their end of the floor.
2 Hornets with a pair of fouls each here as we start the second quarter.
On the inbound, mid-range 2 from inside the paint is no good from Sadie Timmy. Taking it the other way, Miley Bowling, and she's called for the travel. Lost her footing down low in the lane. 6:20 left in the second quarter. It is 21-8. Sheridan has piled it on to start the last quarter of this half. Cecilia Timmy, some trouble in the backcourt, being pestered by Moore and Muffler, and a 30-second timeout taken by head coach Jadlyn Bradshaw of Sheridan. We'll go ahead and keep it here. 21-8, Sheridan with a commanding lead over Beech Grove. Not even 2 minutes into the second quarter. 5 on the floor right now for Sheridan is Nova Cross, Sadie Timmy, Kenzie Gardner, Brielle Gardner, and Cecilia Timmy. So there you go, the full family affair on the floor right now for Beech Grove, for Sheridan. For Beech Grove, it's Jocelyn Johnson, Harper Moore, Emma Mix, Mariah Marshall, and Miley Bowling on the floor for the Hornets.
The Hornets have yet to score here in the second quarter, and Kenzie Gardner putting on a clinic 7-0 run for her and the Blackhawks, the only scorer so far in the second quarter.
Cecilia Timmy starts out with possession for Sheridan. Shaded to the near side of the court. She'll go to Brielle Gardner. Back down to the right block to Sadie Timmy, who has to work her way back to the top of the key. Good defense from Marshall. Over to the right side wing again for Brielle Gardner. Gardner back up top to Timmy. Timmy working hard against a tough Beech Grove defense, and there's another foul on the floor against Miley Bowling.
A little bit of a touch foul there from the officials. Trying to keep this one clean, I guess. I didn't see much contact there personally.
First foul from Bowling, second of the quarter for Beech Grove. Timmy will have possession for the Blackhawks. Over to the right side wing to Brielle Gardner. And the ball is taken away by good defense from Miley Bowling. She finds Moore ahead. Moore tries to feed Mariah Marshall on the right side. Marshall stopped her momentum on the cut and lets the ball go out of play. 5:25 left in the second quarter. Still a 21-8 lead for Sheridan.
And the Hornets just need to get a shot up at this point. Too many opportunities for Sheridan and not enough for themselves, just shooting the ball in the second quarter.
Some sloppy basketball for both sides as both squads turn it over on misread passes. Moore will inbound the basketball. Bowling will bring it up the floor for the Hornets.
And both teams putting some full court pressure on each other here in the second quarter.
Top of the key for the Hornets, it's Moore. She goes the left side wing to Mix. Back up top to Horton, out of the right side wing to Muffler. Mix back down in the right corner. Finds Bowling right block. Nice backdoor pass. Foul, and the bucket scored on the left side by Mariah Marshall.
A beautiful pass across the paint. Mariah Marshall was standing by herself on that left block. I think Sheridan got a little bit confused on the defense, double teaming the other side. Too many on the right side, not enough on the left.
No three-point play. The foul goes against Brielle Gardner, just her first. Feed ahead to Nova Cross, and Cross can't handle the pass from Kenzie Gardner, who shows some frustration after a couple of sloppy offensive possessions for the Blackhawks. Moore takes it out of play, finds Bowling to bring it up the floor. Bowling over to the left side wing. Marshall, three on the way. No good, too strong. Rebound pulled down by Timmy, and she'll give it off to Kenzie Gardner to bring up the floor. Gardner, right side wing, gets a screen from Cross. Finds her sister in the left corner, back to the top of the key and out across. Left side wing, Brielle Gardner tries to find Cecilia Timmy in the lane, and a kick ball is called against Beech Grove. Ball is will be taken out of play by Sheridan. Blackhawks retain possession. Almost halfway through the second quarter, still a 21-10 lead for the Blackhawks.
Bit of an uncommon inbound for Sheridan. Got three at the top of the key, one in the corner, and the one inbounder. You don't see that all the time.
And it leads to a wide open two that is made by Brielle Gardner. 23-10, and there was obviously a miscue on the the Beech Grove defense, and a miscue in transition from Sheridan as Bowling scores two. 23-12, and we are halfway through the second quarter. The right side, Cross, blocked at the rim. Some great defense by Mariah Marshall. Ball is out of play, last touch by Marshall, so it'll stay with Sheridan on their end of the floor.
Beech Grove into a 2-3 zone now.
Timmy, left side block, turnaround jumper, no good. Loose ball picked up by Bowling, and it'll be Marshall to bring it up the floor for the Hornets. Top of the key, Moore. Backed out at the logo. To the left side wing to Mix. Back up top to Johnson. Right side wing again, Moore. Moore drives up and under and scores that one in impressive fashion and brings the lead back down to single digits.
What a reverse for Harper Moore, and now stolen back by the Hornets.
Bowling is foul. Oh, an offensive foul called against Bowling. Kenzie Gardner able to draw it.
A questionable foul, and you heard the crowd erupt here in Alexandria Monroe High School. Not sure about that call on the offensive foul, but nonetheless, Bowling with two fouls now, their leading scorer. They've three Hornets now with two fouls apiece as we near just past the midway point of the second quarter.
Bowling will take a seat. In for her is Aubrey Bailey, and a foul and a bucket scored on the other end by Kenzie Gardner makes it 25-14. She'll have one shot at the line. The foul goes against Emma Mix, her second, fourth on Beech Grove in the quarter, with 3:09 left on the game clock.
Gardner looking for her 10th point. She gets it of the second quarter, and the 14th point of hers now today.
Already moving up just 5 points away from her 19.7 average on the season. Top of the key, it's Johnson for the Hornets, over to the right side wing to Marshall. Back up top to Moore. Moore driving into the lane left side. Kicks out to Johnson in the left corner, and Johnson has to work her way back up top again to reset the offense. Bounce pass to Moore on the right side wing. Moore pulls a three. Can't hit it, and a loose ball is out of play. It's going to be last touched by Sheridan. And Moore will take it out for the Hornets. 2:32 left on the second quarter clock, 26-14 the score. Blackhawks lead the Hornets. Johnson with possession off the inbound. Moves to her right side, loses control, it's out of play. Last touch by Nova Cross. Ball stays with Beech Grove.
Beech Grove needs to get some momentum here. Down 12 now after a couple of quick buckets from Kenzie Gardner to start this second quarter.
Moore, left corner, pops a huge three, and it is well over the top of the basket. Offensive board pulled down by Marshall. Back to the top to Moore. Over to Mix, left side wing three. Can't knock it down. Loose ball is picked up by Beech Grove. We got another foul going against Sheridan. It goes against Cecilia Timmy. Her second on the team in the quarter. And Shelby Eaton will come in to take the place of Cecilia Timmy for the Blackhawks. So it's Cross, Kenzie Gardner, Sadie Timmy, Mackenzie Smith, and Shelby Eaton on the floor now for the Blackhawks. Johnson at the top of the key, joined by Mix, Moore, Bailey, and Marshall. Over and back across the line called on Johnson as she loses control and lets the ball roll into the backcourt.
No tip ball on that, so it's a turnover. Ball will go back to Sheridan, and they'll have another opportunity up 12 in this ball game.
26-24 the score. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Garner starts out on the far side of the court, trying to drive down to the baseline, is fouled on the floor. A little too much contact put on by Mariah Marshall. That'll be her second. And it's now going to send Kenzie Gardner to the line to shoot two with the 5-foul bonus in effect.
The mismatched shoes in effect for Kenzie Gardner at the line.
And she can't hit the first. That one took a very unfriendly roll, was probably 3/4 of the way in before it came back out. Gardner's second shot leaves it short. She's 0 for 2 at the line on that trip, keeps it at 26-14.
Unkind rims for Sheridan here at the neutral site matchup here in the semifinal matchup. Winner to play the home team, Alexandria, in the championship tonight.
Sadie Timmy comes up with a steal, foul on the other end, and knocks down the jumper. 28-14.
While her sister Cecilia sits on the bench with 2 fouls, sister Sadie picks right back up where she left off, getting a chance at a three-point play.
The foul goes against Mariah Marshall. That's her third. Shot is no good at the line for Timmy. And now Mix will bring it up the floor. Mix starts out at the top of the key. Goes over to the right side wing to Marshall. Marshall back up top to Mix. Left side wing now to Moore. Moore drives to the lane with the left and can't score it, trying to go up and under again. Stuffed herself on the bottom of the glass. Gardner will bring it up the floor, finds Cross on the right side wing, and Cross will get it down to the right corner to Timmy. Back out to Cross, right side wing. Nice feed down to the paint to Eaton. Eaton dishes off to Smith on the right side block, and Smith can't get any of her shots to fall. Foul will be called against the Hornets. And again, it's against Marshall. That is her fourth, with 58.9 seconds left in the second quarter.
What a decision from Amy Silk to keep Mariah Marshall in with 3 fouls, and even with 2 fouls. Oftentimes coaches will choose to sit their players with 2 fouls, but she plays her with 3, and she gets caught off guard with a 4th foul, and now in deep foul trouble as she will go to the bench now for probably quite a while here, as we haven't even hit the halftime mark yet.
In for her is Lila Muffler. And it will be a 2-for-2 trip at the stripe for Mackenzie Smith. 30-14. Now a 16-point lead for the Blackhawks. Right side wing, it's Johnson. 48 seconds left in the first half. Johnson finds Mix in the right corner. Back out to Johnson, right wing. Top of the key now, Bailey. Shading to her left side, passes off to Muffler, back up top to Moore. Moore hands the ball off to Bailey. Bailey moving to the far side of the court, comes back to the near side, skip pass to the left corner to Moore. Up top to Johnson, passes up the three, finds Moore, left baseline, out to Mix, and Mix is called for a travel on the right side wing. That was shaping up to be a good three-point look for Emma Mix. But that was 17.4 seconds. The possession arrow favors Sheridan, and they lead 30-14.
It was setting up to be a good look for Mix, and she's had a couple of open three-pointers so far today, but yet to be able to knock one down.
Kenzie Gardner drives to the lane right side. Euro steps through traffic and scores it with no problem. A heave at the buzzer from Moore is well off the mark and headed into halftime. It's a 32-14 score. Sheridan putting the hurt to 3A Beech Grove. We'll take a break, come back for some halftime recap, and then we'll get you into the third quarter right after the words from our sponsors on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com, driven by Greg Hubler Ford.
Oh, thank you.
All stocked up for another year?
Ho, ho, yes. I'm also hoping for some advice.
Anything for you, Santa.
Any ideas for those who made it on my new extra nice list this year?
How about up to $5,000 Christmas cash with a qualifying heating and cooling system?
Or 0% interest for 36 months?
Both amazing values. Visit petermanhvac.com to claim your Christmas cash.
Every day is a great day to buy a vehicle at Greg Hubler Ford.
Because every vehicle comes with our Greg Hubler promise. On top of scheduled maintenance with your vehicle, you'll also enjoy complimentary roadside assistance, service pickup, and drop-off. And a free car wash and quick wash every time you service at Greg Hubler Ford.
We're always finding new ways to put our guests first.
Mosey on into Muncie.
Greg Hubler Ford, promise kept.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779.
Hello, I am Jason Warner, President and founder of Warner Financial. At Warner Financial, we understand that your financial journey is as unique as you are. That's why we offer a comprehensive suite of investment options, from custodial accounts for your children, individual retirement plans for business owners, to exploring the details of a 401k. Our team is dedicated to guiding you through every potential strategy. We want to be the partner who helps you navigate a world of possibilities. If you're ready to embark on your investment journey, contact us today, and let's get started.
At the half, Beech Grove trails to Sheridan 32-14 in the second semifinal matchup of this Alexandria Monroe girls basketball tournament on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. This broadcast is always driven by Greg Hubler Ford. Your starting lineups for the first half powered by Warner Financial, and we'll get you your second half starters here in just a bit. Also powered by Warner Financial. Colin Eccles, Daniel Miller on the call. Daniel, a very rough start to that first half, and a very rough first half overall for Beech Grove, only putting up 14 points. They were 6-0 coming into today against teams that were in 1A or 2A. Had not lost a game to them. The only games they've lost so far this year, 3A and 4A opponents. Seems that the tables have turned a little bit. Sheridan put on the boxing gloves and came out swinging in that first half against the Hornets.
They did, and they're coming off a 10-game win streak, Sheridan is, and Kenzie Gardner had that 7-0 run to herself to start that second quarter, and it's just been all Sheridan from there. She's got 16 in the first half. Joining her in the scoring categories for the leaders for Sheridan, also her cousin Brielle Gardner with 5, Cecilia Timmy also with 5. And for Beech Grove, it's really been a problem with the fouls. They've only had 3 players get in the scoring column. Miley Bowling leads them with 6. She's got 2 fouls. Harper Moore with 5. She's got 2 fouls. And Mariah Marshall, the only other scorer, she's got 3, and she also has 4 fouls here in this first half. And that could become a major factor in the second half. Beech Grove will try to get back into it, avoid that first loss to a team from Class 1A or 2A, but they're going to be fighting an uphill battle now.
And you also look at some of the non-scorers for Beech Grove. Aubrey Bailey sitting with 2 fouls, along with Emma Mix, who has 2 fouls. Harper Moore also got into some foul trouble. She is one of the big leaders for this Beech Grove team, 12.5 points a game, 4.8 rebounds. The leader, Miley Bowling, with 14 points a game, 10.8 rebounds. She's had 6 double-doubles in these first 14 games. And when you look at her and what all she has done so far in this game, obviously she's trying to put the team on her back. She's had a lot of great looks and great opportunities, and so has the entire Beech Grove team. They haven't really finished down in the lane when they've needed to. Their shots from beyond the 3 have not looked the greatest. And right now, I think Sheridan is winning this game more so based off the fact that their performances are solid. I mean, you look at the shooting numbers. You're not seeing like a super impressive scorer for the Blackhawks other than Kenzie Gardner, who's got the 16 points in the first half, so half of the team's total for the Blackhawks. Other than her, there's really nobody that is standing out huge in terms of scoring. Right now, Sheridan getting better looks at the basket, taking their time on the offensive side. And the other thing is the turnovers. Beech Grove came out in the first half and turned the ball over several times in the first minute of play in that first quarter. A 5-second call on the inbound. 2 turnovers down low, trying to feed your backdoor cut, just throwing the ball away out of bounds. Those are the mistakes that have set Beech Grove back. And being down by 18 right now, you're looking at a really, really tough battle to claw your way back into.
You are, and you mentioned their struggles. I remember Miley Bowling had a couple of travels herself, not uncharacteristic for her, and you also mentioned the struggles from shooting, the struggles from the paint, and they have not made a 3 yet. Very uncharacteristic from this Beech Grove Hornets team. No 3s in the first half, and just not getting that many opportunities. Like you said, with all the turnovers, they haven't been able to put up as many shots just in general. Not even makes that they normally would, and just not getting as many looks.
I think the Hornets as well, kind of in a position where a lot of teams seem to get in, especially when they come in with a lot of momentum on their side and they come in thinking they should win a game. When they go down big, they start to get a little bit flustered and start to force really, really poor shots. We've seen a few of those from Harper Moore, trying to get into the paint and simply just throw up something, up and under scoop, a reverse layup, something that she kind of hopes and prays will fall. So far, only one of those going her way, but for the majority, not being very successful. When you look at what needs to change in the second half for both of these two teams, start with Beech Grove. What do you see for the Hornets that they need to clean up a little bit?
Well, first of all, you mentioned it. Obviously, the turnovers and some of Harper Moore's shooting woes in the paint, and as well as they need to get going from the three-point line. They're facing a deep deficit now, and the way to get back into it is the three-point plays from the line, which they've converted 1 or 2 of, but also from that three-point line, getting some scoring in chunks from someone like a Miley Bowling or someone like a Harper Moore, especially with Mariah Marshall, we assume, sitting for a good portion of the start of the second half with those 4 fouls.
For Sheridan, on the other hand, I'm not sure that there's really anything significant that they need to clean up. They had a few sloppy possessions moving up the floor, especially in transition. But I'll tell you what, Beech Grove's other thing that they need to stop is Kenzie Gardner. That 7-0 run at the beginning of the second quarter really put a spark into the offense for Sheridan, and the Blackhawks have not looked back ever since. 2 minutes and 14 seconds left at halftime. 32-14 your score. Blackhawks leading the Hornets in the semifinal matchup. Winner will go on to take on Alexandria in the championship matchup at 6 p.m. tonight. The loser will move on to the consolation game against Tri-Central at 4. More coming up after this, but first a few words from our advertisers, then we'll get you into the third quarter of action right here on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
The Mower Shop in Fishers helps you stay safe in the snow. Come check out our full selection of Honda and Toro snowblowers. Save time and never worry about being snowed in. We carry snow thrower parts and accessories with super fast shipping. Just need maintenance or repairs? We offer that too, and we'll even deliver to you. Visit us at the Mower Shop. Family owned for more than 20 years. We're just west of State Road 37 in Fishers, or shop online at themowershop.com.
Oh, thank you.
All stocked up for another year?
Ho, ho, yes. I'm also hoping for some advice.
Anything for you, Santa.
Any ideas for those who made it on my new extra nice list this year?
How about up to $5,000 Christmas cash with a qualifying heating and cooling system?
Or 0% interest for 36 months?
Both amazing values. Visit petermanhvac.com to claim your Christmas cash.
Looking for training that makes a difference? Then Genesis Sports Performance is for you. Whether you're a grade school, high school, or college athlete, or just looking to get back into shape, Genesis has customized programs providing rapid gains in strength and conditioning, speed and agility. Genesis features a 7,000 square foot facility with state-of-the-art weight room and huge turf surface. Call Genesis at 386-7459 or visit them at genesissportsperformance.com.
Start of the third quarter, it's a 32-14 lead for the Sheridan Blackhawks over the Beech Grove Hornets on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. Colin Eccles joined by Daniel Miller. This broadcast driven by Greg Hubler Ford. We're going to get you down to the hardwood. The starting five brought to you by Warner Financial for Beech Grove. Jocelyn Johnson, Harper Moore, Emma Mix. Also on the floor with them is Miley Bowling. And rounding out the starting five, Aubrey Bailey. Lady Hornets in possession to start this one out in the third. Moore at the top of the key. Hands the ball off to Mix. Mix working towards the far side, and we've got a defensive foul going against Sheridan. That'll be on Shelby Eaton. The second of the afternoon for her, first for the Blackhawks in the quarter. Eaton joined on the floor by Nova Cross, Brielle Gardner, Kenzie Gardner, and rounding out the top five, Cecilia Timmy.
A final thought as we get rolling into this second half. The momentum for both these teams coming into this game. Sheridan's won 10 in a row. Meanwhile, for Beech Grove, they started the year 8-2, but since then, just 1-3 in their last 4 games. Momentum in the season playing a big factor. Early in this one is Sheridan with a big lead.
Second quick foul picked up by Shelby Eaton. Will send Bowling to the line to shoot 2. Bowling knocks down her first. It's a good start for Beech Grove in the third quarter. 7:24 left on the game clock, still plenty of time. Sadie Timmy in to take the place of Eaton. Second shot on the way. And Bowling is 2 for 2. Makes it a 32-16 game. Cuts the lead down in half. And we got a foul headed. A travel headed the other way against Sheridan. Brielle Gardner picks up her feet. Now Moore will take it out for the Hornets. And we'll find Johnson in the backcourt. Johnson at the logo. To the near side wing, finds Mix. Mix back, working towards the top of the key. Nowhere to go, has to skip it off to Bailey. Over to the left side to Johnson, and Johnson mishandles the pass. It's out of play. It's another turnover for Beech Grove.
And just more uncharacteristic play from the Hornets. Some of those turnovers that we talked about at halftime showing themselves once again here as we start this second half.
Sheridan possession. Across half court, it's Cross. Will stop and pop from the left baseline is no good. Moore comes down with a rebound for the Lady Hornets. She comes streaking up the floor. Moore, spin move, trying to take it coast to coast, and she's called for a travel. A lot of turnovers on both sides to start this third quarter. We're not even 2 minutes in. 32-16 is the score. Blackhawks lead.
We talked about that at halftime as well. Harper Moore specifically just getting herself into the paint, finding herself in a troublesome position.
Ball out of play, last touch by Jocelyn Johnson. Possession arrow stays with Sheridan. They'll take it out underneath their own basket. Nova Cross is the one to take it out. She finds Brielle Gardner, right corner three on the way. No good. And Johnson will hand the ball off to Moore to bring up the hardwood. Moore over to the right side wing to Mix. Back up top to Bowling. Bowling passes up a three, goes to the left side wing to Moore. Moore's pass taken away by Kenzie Gardner. Gardner finds Timmy, right block. Timmy is fouled. We'll have 2 shots at the line. Not able to finish the layup.
A beautiful find at the block there, and now Sheridan with a chance to expand this lead past just doubling up Beech Grove from the line.
Moore picks up her 3rd foul of the afternoon, first on the team. And Timmy knocks down her first at the stripe. 33-16 the score now. Second chance opportunity on the way, and Timmy not able to knock it down. Score stays at 33-16. Mix crosses half court with possession of the rock for the Hornets. Hands the ball off to Johnson. Moving down to the near corner, goes back to the top of the key to Mix. Mix straight on three, leaves it short, and Moore is able to come up with the offensive board. Moore comes across the lane, finds Johnson right corner, and Johnson will scoop a layup through. 30-second timeout taken by Coach Bradshaw and the Blackhawks. We'll take a 30 of our own, 33-18 the score. Sheridan still leads Beech Grove on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Every day is a great day to buy a vehicle at Greg Hubler Ford.
Because every vehicle comes with our Greg Hubler promise. On top of scheduled maintenance with your vehicle, you'll also enjoy complimentary roadside assistance, service pickup, and drop-off. And a free car wash and quick wash every time you service at Greg Hubler Ford.
We're always finding new ways to put our guests first.
Mosey on into Muncie.
Greg Hubler Ford, promise kept.
33-18 as we resume action inside of Alexandria High School for the semifinals. Sheridan and Beech Grove on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. Kenzie Gardner brings it up the floor and will do it again, make it 35-18 with that 2-point bucket. 5.5 minutes left in the third quarter.
She's got 18 now, and now these teams evened up at 4 apiece here in this third quarter.
Bowling on the left elbow for the Hornets. Drives in against Gardner, and Gardner is going to be fouled. Going to be called for the foul and send Bowling to the stripe for 2. That is just the second foul against Gardner, 3rd against the Blackhawks in the quarter. Bowling at the line to shoot 2 for Beech Grove.
And Bowling still leading the way in scoring for the Hornets. She's got 8, a chance to make it up to 10 here at the line.
First shot is good, 35-19. Still 5:18 left in the third. Nova Cross will come out of the contest, taking her place, Mackenzie Smith. Second shot on the way for Bowling is off the mark, no good. She'll stay in the single digits for scoring. Ball out of play, last touch by Aubrey Bailey. Blackhawk basketball. Cecilia Timmy takes it out, finds Kenzie Gardner, and Gardner will find Sadie Timmy to bring it across half court. Nice ball movement by the Blackhawks, but not able to finish from the left side is Mackenzie Smith. Tried the floater down low, couldn't knock it down. Mix top of the key for the Lady Hornets. Picks up the dribble, nice backdoor pass and nice backdoor score for Bowling. 35-21, lead cut down to 14 for the Blackhawks. Cecilia Timmy gets it across, gets it right back, and can't score it from straight ahead. It was a good look, though, from Brielle Gardner. And Johnson will bring it up the other way for Beech Grove. Moore, left wing, 3. Air ball, and it will fall out of play and go right back to Sheridan. 4.5 minutes left in the third. Still a 35-21 lead for the Blackhawks.
Bowling showing why she averages a double-double there. Got the field goal at one end and then coming back and getting the rebound on the other. And now
tip pass nearly coming up with another steal was Bowling. Kenzie Gardner will have possession for the Blackhawks. Gardner gets a screen, drives into the lane, left side, and scores off the window. 37-21. Back to a 16-point lead for the Blackhawks We're halfway through the third quarter.
Kenzie Gardner with a big showing for the Blackhawks today. She's got 20 now.
Ball is out of play. Last touch by Gardner. Stays with Beech Grove. Muffler will come in and take the place of Mix for the Hornets. Cross will come back in as well for Sheridan and take Kenzie Gardner's place. Like you said, Gardner with 20 points of the 37 for Sheridan. Bowling, right baseline off the inbound. Picks up her dribble. Ball stripped away, and she's able to turn around but can't score. Nova Cross brings down the rebound. Cross finds Sadie Timmy in the backcourt. Timmy in the lane, right side, fouled, and will go to the line for two. Foul is against Aubrey Bailey, her third, and the team's second in the quarter.
The Timmy sisters with an opportunity to get even more points on the board. Sadie's got 2. Cecilia has 6 so far today.
And the total will stay at 2 for Sadie Timmy. She misses her first at the stripe. She's got one more to come, and she will make the second. 38-21. Lead is up to 17 for for Sheridan. Moore takes it across half court for Beech Grove. Euro steps her way into the lane, throws up a prayer. It is well off the mark. And Cecilia Timmy will bring it up the floor for the Blackhawks. Timmy over to the right side, drives into a wide open right lane, and will score 2 more.
What a drive.
40-21.
What a drive from Cecilia Timmy. She's got a couple of those today, just driving out, getting into the lane and scoring up from up close.
Bowling at the free throw line. Driving with the right, and you can count that bucket is good, plus the foul. 40-23.
Gotta love it. She's number 2 in the state in 3A in double-doubles, and she's looking at like she's going to get another one today.
Cecilia Timmy charged with the foul. She'll take a seat. In for her, Kenzie Gardner. And we'll see if Bowling can make it a three-point play. And that she will. 40-24. Still a 16-point deficit for the Lady Hornets. We got some contact on the other end. Bowling is going to pick up a foul. She made some hard contact with Nova Cross. It's a third foul against Bowling, and the third foul against Beech Grove in the quarter. Kenzie Gardner with offensive possession at the logo for Sheridan. Shades to the near side, hands the ball off to Smith. Smith moving up around the top of the key, goes down to the right corner to Brielle Gardner. Back to the top to Sadie Timmy. Gardner back with possession. Goes down to the left block to Smith. Smith throws up a prayer. And we got a foul going against Smith. Her first. And now the Hornets are shooting 2 for the remainder of the quarter. 2.5 minutes left on the game clock, a 40-24 score. Sheridan in the lead.
Quite a few fouls on both sides. And now Miley Bowling, who scored almost all of Beech Grove's third quarter points. She has 8 in the third quarter itself. 8 of the 10 in the third quarter for Beech Grove, has a chance to extend it.
And she will now have 9 in the third quarter with that first shot made. One more on the way for Bowling. Second shot for Bowling at the line. Will fall after a lucky roll. 40-26. Hornets now only down 14.
Bowling taking a much-needed breather after all the work she's put in for these Hornets so far.
Mackenzie Smith takes it across half court and is called for the travel. Tried to fake out Mix with a fake pass. And moves her feet too much. Turns it over for Sheridan. Shelby Eaton will come in to take her space. On the floor is Sadie Timmy, Nova Cross, Kenzie Gardner, Brielle Gardner, and Shelby Eaton for the Blackhawks.
And that turnover one you have to not like if you're Coach Bradshaw of Sheridan. You had a 2-on-1 opportunity and just try to get a little bit too fancy with it.
Moore driving in from the left side wing, scores it on the spin move. 40-28, a little bit of a run for Beech Grove now. As we get down to the final 2 minutes of the third, and Jocelyn Johnson gets back on defense in transition to break up the pass and send the ball out of play. Score stays at 40-28. Sheridan with possession. 2:03 left on the third quarter game clock. Muffler will take a seat for Beech Grove. Nova Cross loses her footing on the inbound, turns it over. Moore takes it across half court, finds Bowling right baseline. Bowling drives off a screen, can't score it. Gardner pulls down the rebound for the Blackhawks. Gardner takes it coast to coast and scores it with the left. 42-28, breaks up the streak for Beech Grove.
It does, and that's Gardner's 22nd point of the day. Really propelling Sheridan to this lead.
Bowling on the left elbow, finds a wide open Jocelyn Johnson on the backside. 42-30, less than 90 seconds in the third quarter. Brielle Gardner brings it up the other way. Kicks it back out to the right wing to Eaton. Tries the floater, it won't go. Johnson brings it up the other way. One-on-one with Kinsey. Gardner goes up and under and draws the foul.
Beech Grove with a push here now. They were down 18 at the halfway mark. They could cut it down to 10 here.
We'll see what Johnson can do at the line. That's the third foul against Kinsey Gardner. And we got a full 1 minute timeout taken by Coach Bradshaw and the Blackhawks. We'll take a 1 minute break of our own. 42-30 the score, 1 minute 11 seconds remaining in the third. That's what's coming up next on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Hello, I am Jason Warner, President and founder of Warner Financial. At Warner Financial, we understand that your financial journey is as unique as you are. That's why we offer a comprehensive suite of investment options, from custodial accounts for your children, individual retirement plans for business owners, to exploring the details of a 401k. Our team is dedicated to guiding you through every potential strategy. We want to be the partner who helps you navigate a world of possibilities. If you're ready to embark on your investment journey, contact us today, and let's get started.
With 1:11 on the game clock in the third quarter, it's a 42-30 game. Sheridan still leading Beech Grove on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. Colin Eccles, Daniel Miller inside of Alexandria High School in the jungle of the Alexandria Tigers. And two shots coming up at the line for Beech Grove. Shooting them will be Jocelyn Johnson, looking to make this a 10-point deficit for Beech Grove, who's trailed by as many as 16 and has more points in this third quarter than they did in the entire first half combined.
They do, and Miley Bowling has 10 of them here in this third quarter. Jocelyn Johnson has 4 and a chance to extend that number here.
She'll miss her first shot at the stripe. Johnson joined on the floor by Bowling, Bailey, Mix, and Moore. And it's an 0 for 2 trip at the line for Johnson. Possibly a costly 0 for 2 trip. And now Cecilia Timmy will bring it up the floor for Sheridan. Timmy gets it across. Top of the key, finds Brielle Gardner just inside the right corner. Long two, won't go. Timmy trying to come down with a rebound. She's able to tie it up for the jump ball. And the possession arrow will stay with the Blackhawks. Under 1 minute to go in the third.
Cecilia Timmy's been all over the place today. Grabbing that board, tying it up off the offensive glass, getting almost an assist there. A beautiful pass, and we'll get to score there.
Timmy can't score it from the right side off the inbound. Score stays at 42-30. 45 seconds left in the third quarter clock. And we've got another turnover for Beech Grove. Some frustration coming from the bench after another costly turnover. Timmy will bring it across half court for the Blackhawks. 40 seconds left in the third quarter game clock. Timmy on the right side wing. Drives right side into the lane. Shot no good. Offensive board by Sadie Timmy. Her second chance effort results in nothing. Moore pulls down a board for the Hornets. Outlet pass ahead for Moore. She's looking for Bailey. Ball's out of play, knocked away by the Blackhawks. 21.1 now before we head to the fourth quarter. Nova Cross will check in and take Kenzie Gardner out of the game for Sheridan.
Potentially a sub just to avoid her getting another foul in this final 21 seconds left as Sheridan's on defense.
12-point lead for the Blackhawks, 42-30 over Beech Grove. Top of the key, it's Moore driving with the left. Too strong on the layup. Sadie Timmy comes down with a rebound. Over to the right side to Cecilia Timmy. 8 seconds on the clock. Timmy makes her move towards the bucket, goes up with the left, shot is no good. Bowling pulls down the board, and we have a foul on the floor against Brielle Gardner. And since that foul happened before the buzzer, there will be some free throws coming up after the break. 42-30 the score. We're headed to the fourth quarter. 1 minute, and we're back to finish this thing out on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779.
All stocked up for another year?
Ho, ho, yes. I'm also hoping for some advice.
Anything for you, Santa.
Any ideas for those who made it on my new extra nice list this year?
How about up to $5,000 Christmas cash with a qualifying heating and cooling system?
Or 0% interest for 36 months?
Both amazing values. Visit petermanhvac.com to claim your Christmas cash.
Start of the fourth quarter, it's still a 42-30 lead for the Sheridan Blackhawks over the Beech Grove Lady Hornets on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com, driven by Greg Hubler Ford. Beech Grove has possession to start the fourth. Colin Eccles, Daniel Miller inside of the jungle at Alexandria High School. We got an offensive foul against the Hornets to start the fourth, and it goes against Miley Bowling. Somebody you don't want with now her fourth foul. 7 seconds into the fourth quarter.
No, you do not. And Mariah Marshall finally getting an opportunity to come back. She had 4 fouls in the first half. She gets back in the game now in the fourth quarter.
Garner brings the ball up the floor for the Blackhawks and takes a scary fall in the lane. A foul will be called by the officials. They'll get together to talk. And the foul is against Aubrey Bailey. That is now her fourth. So 3 players on the floor for Beech Grove with 4 fouls. 1 with 3. That one with 3 is Moore. Bailey, Bowling, and Marshall all with 4 fouls. And a travel is called against Kenzie Gardner, and it turns it over again to Beech Grove.
You saw Bailey confused at that last foul call, and Coach Shelk also having some words with the official after that last foul call.
Right side wing, it's Johnson. She'll dump the ball off to Marshall. Marshall, 3 on the way is no good. Gardner will pull it down for the Blackhawks. Gardner across half court. Starts out on the left side wing, goes back up top, Cecilia Timmy. Timmy looking for cross down on the right block. Loose ball is taken away by Bowling. 2-on-1 break for the Hornets. Bowling dumps it off to Moore. Moore can't score it. Sadie Timmy will pull down a rebound and give it off to Gardner to bring up the court.
Yeah, and a beautiful opportunity for Beech Grove there to cut this lead as we enter the fourth quarter, but unable to convert there.
Cecilia Timmy misses a jumper, follows her shot, and then scores it. It's the first bucket of the fourth quarter, just over a minute in. 44-30, 14-point lead for the Blackhawks. Left side wing, it's Johnson. Up top to Marshall. Right side wing now for Bailey, and we got another foul that goes against Sadie Timmy. Her second. First of the fourth quarter for the Blackhawks. Moore takes the ball out of play for Beech Grove. And we got an offensive foul against the Hornets. And that is a big momentum stopper for Beech Grove.
And a lot of frustration coming from the Beech Grove bench as well, as Bowling sits on the bench.
And that's Bowling's fifth. So she is done for the remainder of the game. Coach Selk is not happy with the call. In to take the place of Bowling is Mix. The ball is out of play and stays with Sheridan on their end of the floor. 6.5 minutes left in the fourth. It's still a 44-30 lead for the Blackhawks. Off the inbound, it's Eaton, and Eaton is fouled on the left side and will go to the line to shoot two.
And with Bowling fouling out, she had 16 points on the day. That's over half of Beech Grove's total, and that's got to be detrimental for the Hornets as we get started in this fourth quarter. They will not be playing with her the rest of the way.
And Aubrey Bailey will also take a seat for the remainder of the game. She picks up her fifth foul. Muffler in to take her spot. First free throw for Eaton is no good. Still a 14-point lead, though, for the Blackhawks with 6.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
And Bailey, the lone senior starter for Beech Grove, now sitting out the rest of this game. We saw in our opening game, Alexandria Monroe's lone senior starter got knocked out with an injury in the second quarter, and it was a big impact for them, but they still got the win. So the winner of this one will play Alexandria Monroe tonight at 6 o'clock.
0 for 2 for Eaton, but Cecilia Timmy follows the shot and scores two anyways. 46-30. Lead is now up to 16 for Sheridan. Left side wing, pulling for three is Marshall. It's no good. Moore has an offensive rebound. Moore tries to turn around floater. It's no good. Muffler now with a board, and Muffler's going to be fouled and go to the line to shoot two. The foul goes against Shelby Eaton. That is her fourth, and the second on the team for the Blackhawks in this quarter.
And Muffler getting an opportunity for first points of the day at the line. She's going to have to step up now with two of their starters out of the game fouled out.
Muffler will hit the first. Mackenzie Smith in to take Eaton's spot for Sheridan, so it's Smith, Sadie Timmy, Cecilia Timmy, Kenzie Gardner, and Nova Cross on the floor. 1 for 2 trip for Muffler. She's joined by Moore, Mix, Johnson, and Marshall. Gardner, right side wing, goes down to Cross in the right corner. Back up top to Gardner. Gardner surveying the floor, moves to the left side. Gardner still nowhere to go, being pestered by Marshall. Great look and great basket made by Mackenzie Smith on the right side. 48-31. 5.5 minutes left in the fourth.
A beautiful short jumper from Mackenzie Smith to extend the lead for Sheridan as we approach the midway point of this fourth quarter.
Marshall with a wide open drive scores from the left side to make it 48-33.
And she needs to get back into it in a hurry here. She had 4 fouls in the first half coming back in this fourth quarter. That's her first bucket of the fourth quarter.
Right side wing, Sadie Timmy drives to the lane, puts up a floater. Too strong off the inside of that left iron. Now bringing it up the other way, Mariah Marshall. Stops her move at the top of the key, goes right side wing to Mix. Mix goes back up top to Muffler. Muffler tries the end around. Wide open for Gardner, and Gardner lays it through. 50-33. Kenzie Gardner brings her total to 24. And a full 1-minute timeout taken by head coach Amy Selk of Beech Grove. We'll take a break of our own. 50-33 the score. Sheridan leads the Hornets on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com, driven by Greg Hubler Ford.
Looking for training that makes a difference? Then Genesis Sports Performance is for you. Whether you're a grade school, high school, or college athlete, or just looking to get back into shape, Genesis has customized programs providing rapid gains in strength and conditioning, speed and agility.
Genesis features a 7,000 square foot facility with state-of-the-art weight room and huge turf surface. Call Genesis at 386-7459 or visit them at genesissportsperformance.com.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779.
Just under halfway through the fourth quarter of this matchup between the Sheridan Blackhawks and the Beech Grove Hornets on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com, driven by Greg Hubler Ford. 4:35 left on the fourth quarter clock to be specific, and it's a 50-33 lead for Sheridan.
It is, and with those foul outs, we now have just two freshmen and junior Emma Mix, who is scoreless, left in the original starters playing for Beech Grove.
Missed opportunity again as Marshall turns the ball over. Timmy and Gardner will bring it up the floor. The winner of this game will move on to the championship game tonight at 6 in this Alexandria tournament to take on Alexandria. The team that comes out on the losing side will play in a consolation game against Tri-Central, and I get a little loud there because Cecilia Timmy somehow scores that from the left side, spinning around and falling to the floor. Moore will match on the other end. 52-35 now the score, and we're over halfway through the fourth.
And Moore needs to continue to do that with those foul outs for Beech Grove. Down 17 still with 3 minutes and change left in the game.
Gardner finds Cecilia Timmy. Right block, easy layup, 54-35. We're up to a 19-point lead for Sheridan. Missed two-point jumper near the free throw line for Moore is no good. Jump ball called. Good hustle by Muffler to tie things up. It'll be Blackhawk basketball.
We just saw her add to the total. Cecilia Timmy, 8 points in the fourth quarter, and I'm pretty sure all of them coming in the paint.
Kinsey Gardner moving up the court, gets to the logo and goes over to the right side to Smith. And a foul is called offensively against Mackenzie Smith. They got her for a little push off on the drive. Substitution, Cecilia Timmy will take a seat. Brielle Gardner in to take her spot. Moore brings it up the court for Beech Grove. Goes to the right side wing to Muffler, who goes down to the right corner to Mix. Mix trying to move her way back towards the top of the arc. Has her dribble stripped. Now tries to drive in with the right. She's going to be fouled on the floor. That is the fourth foul against Sheridan in the fourth quarter. And it goes against Sadie Timmy, her third.
Nova Cross with some really tough defense out on the wing. But once you got past the wing, fouled. And now they'll keep possession.
Muffler shoots a three from the right wing off the inbound and buries it. 54-38, 2:45 left in the fourth quarter. Brielle Gardner top of the key. Called for a travel. Officials say she went up and down on the pump fake. So it's another turnover. Hornets with offensive possession, 54-38 the score. Just over 2.5 minutes left in regulation. Right side wing, Muffler. Back up top, goes back to the right side wing off rotation. It's Johnson. Johnson to the top of the key. Kinsey Gardner pokes it away. One-on-one for Gardner. Scores it from the left side. 56-38. Gardner's total up to 26 this afternoon.
She's got to be the player of the game for the Blackhawks. She's doing amazing on offense today. Got 26, as you mentioned.
Hard foul as Marshall takes it to the bucket on the right side. She'll go to the line to shoot two. Foul goes against Kinsey Gardner. That's her fourth. Fifth on the team. So Beech Grove shoots free throws on fouls from here on out. Mariah Marshall shooting two at the line. First shot in and out, no good. And there will be a lot of subs. Layla Cranfill in for Beech Grove will take Moore's spot. And looks like Brielle Gardner and Nova Cross will also take a seat. Eaton and Smith back into the game for her. 0 for 2 trip keeps it a 56-38 ball game. Kenzie Gardner will work it up the floor.
You mentioned Layla Cranfield finally getting some time with those starters on the bench. She's seeing her first action in quite a while.
Left side wing, it's Smith. Finds Eaton on the left elbow. Back out to Kenzie Gardner. Steps inside the arc and leaves one well short on the left side. 1:40 left in the fourth quarter. Still an 18-point lead for Sheridan. This one might be a little too far out of reach for Beech Grove. As Gardner pulls down another board, 56-38. Less than 90 seconds on the fourth quarter clock. And this may be Beech Grove's first loss to a 1 or 2A school all year. We'll drop them down to 9-6. They'll play Tri-Central in the consolation game. Sheridan, on the other hand, continues that momentous roll after their first 2 games of the season result in losses. They'll now win 11 straight as we hit the 1-minute mark in the fourth. They will play Alexandria in the championship game at 6 o'clock tonight.
A beautiful win for Sheridan. And as you mentioned, extending that win streak to 11. They'll try to extend it to 12 tonight. It'll be a heck of a matchup here on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com at 6 o'clock tonight.
On the right side wing, it's Mix. 45 seconds on the game clock. Finds Johnson. Johnson goes across the court to Cranfill. Out to Marshall, top of the key. Marshall drives in with the left. She's fouled and goes to the line for 2. The foul goes against Shelby Eaton. That'll be her 5th, so she's done for the remaining 36.9 seconds. Brielle Gardner will come in to take her spot. I got to say, it's impressive for a team to go 0-2 to start a season and go on a roll like Sheridan has gone on. You don't see it very often, 10, 11-game win streaks.
You do not, and for Beech Grove, it's the opposite. After starting the year 8-2, they've now dropped 4 of their past 5, and they'll look to rebound tonight in the consolation game where they will play against Tri-Central at 4 o'clock.
2 for 2 trip at the line for Marshall. Kenzie Gardner will bring it up the floor and likely run things out. 56-40 is the score on the board. Over to the right side wing to Timmy. And it's just going to be catch at the top of the key for the Blackhawks to run things out. And now Gardner will hold firm at the logo. Less than 15 on the clock. Final score of this one will be 56-40. Sheridan will play Alexandria in the championship at 6. Beech Grove will play Tri-Central in the consolation game at 4. What a game for Sheridan as they win their 11th in a row, improve to 11-2 on the year. Beech Grove takes their first loss to a 1 or 2A team this season and will fall to 9-6. Quick break, we'll get the totals added up, and we'll get you into some post-game recap here in just a couple of moments on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Oh, thank you.
All stocked up for another year?
Ho, ho, yes. I'm also hoping for some advice.
Anything for you, Santa.
Any ideas for those who made it on my new extra nice list this year?
How about up to $5,000 Christmas cash with a qualifying heating and cooling system?
Or 0% interest for 36 months?
Both amazing values. Visit PetermanHVAC.com to claim your Christmas cash.
Hi, I'm Jason Warner.
And I'm Christy Calderon.
At Warner Financial, our vision is to redefine what it means to partner with a financial institution.
We bring together expertise and dedication with a relentless focus on your financial success.
Our drive is to create a strategy that aligns your unique goals by crafting tailored financial solutions to guide you through life's milestones.
Together, we'll navigate the complexities and turn financial challenges into opportunities.
Reach out today for a no-cost consultation and experience the difference of partnering with Warner Financial.
Every day is a great day to buy a vehicle at Greg Hubler Ford.
Because every vehicle comes with our Greg Hubler promise. On top of scheduled maintenance with your vehicle, you'll also enjoy complimentary roadside assistance, service pickup, and drop-off. And a free car wash and quick wash every time you service at Greg Hubler Ford.
We're always finding new ways to put our guests first.
Mosey on into Muncie.
Greg Hubler Ford, promise kept.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779.
Final score of the second semifinal matchup of the Alexandria Christmas Tournament is Sheridan 56, Beech Grove 40 on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. Sheridan wins their 11th straight. Colin Eccles, Daniel Miller on the call. Daniel, heck of a ball game for Sheridan. We've got a heck of a championship matchup later on this evening between the host Alexandria Tigers and the Sheridan Blackhawks. It's going to be a very competitive one.
It will be. Alexandria entering this tournament today, number 7 in 2A, and now Sheridan with an 11-game win streak. Something will have to give in tonight's championship game. But wrapping up this one, Miley Bowling, the leading scorer for Beech Grove, as she has been for most of this year. She fouled out with 16 early in the fourth quarter, really caused the momentum to shift from Beech Grove to Sheridan, even though Sheridan had momentum for much of this game.
Yeah, I got to say, though, the standout tonight, Kenzie Gardner, for the Sheridan Blackhawks. Up in the 20s, well over that average that she has coming into the night. There's a reason you can see the D2 talent that she has, as she verbally committed earlier this year. I got to say, a very impressive performance for her. I think Sheridan makes a pretty good argument as well, and a pretty good case for why they should be in the top 15 in the 2A class as well, sitting at 11-2 now on the season. And I believe once you get through the next couple of weeks, if they continue this momentous roll that they have, I think you'll see them in the top 15 on the AP polls coming up very, very soon. So let's preview the matchups for what we have later today. So in the consolation game, we won't be calling that one. That's going to be a matchup of Tri-Central and Beech Grove. But in the championship game, we'll have your full coverage on that. It's Alexandria, the host school, taking on Sheridan, a matchup of the number 7 team in 2A and a team in 2A that is unranked but has won 11 straight. When you look at those two teams, you look at the rankings, just what we've seen today. Make your prediction on how you think this championship game is going to go.
I mean, it's going to be a really good one. Starting in the first game, we had Jacqueline Hosier, the daughter of Coach Mickey Hosier for Alexander. She went off. She had 24 points in that opening game. But matching her in this second game from Sheridan, Kenzie Gardner had 26, and she was joined by Cecilia Timmy, who had 16 today. And cousin Brielle Gardner also had 5. Sister Sadie Timmy also had 3 for Sheridan. So lots of family aspects for Sheridan, and they've got some real tough matchup coming up against Alexandria. You wonder if Peyton Poley will be able to come back for Alexandria. She got injured in that second quarter of our opening game. I was told during the break between our semifinal matchups that she will be questionable to return for our second game in the championship. I was told that she had to go to the dentist for some emergency tooth-related injuries. Apparently one of her teeth got pushed backwards after she was elbowed in the face earlier in that first semifinal, but she is questionable to return, and we will hope that she will be back for that championship matchup against Sheridan.
Yeah, she's a big key to the team and the team's success for Alexandria. So we'll see what happens in the coming hours as Sheridan and Alexandria are your finalists for this year's Alexandria tournament. We'll be back, and we'll keep you updated throughout the day as we get updates, and we'll see you back here later this evening for that championship matchup. Once again, thanks to all of our sponsors, Greg Hubler Ford for driving this broadcast, Werner Financial for powering your starting lineups this morning and early this afternoon, and to the rest of our sponsors, Genesis Sports Performance, Peterman HVAC, The Mower Shop, and Universal Roofing. for making this possible each and every day. Once again, the final score of that second matchup, Sheridan 56, Beech Grove 40. We'll see you back here later this evening for Alexandria and Sheridan in the championship round of this Alexandria tournament on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Tonight's ballgame on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com has been driven by Greg Hubler Ford and built by Universal Roofing and brought to you by Peterman Brothers Heating and Air Conditioning, by Werner Financial, Genesis Sports Performance, and by The Mower Shop. This has been a presentation of IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.